3, 5, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, and we're 5, 1.
It's not that a lot.
My reading comprehension was really tested in that second paragraph.
I'll give you the rundown if you need to.
No, I think I get it.
Okay. Okay, everybody, welcome back to Descent into Avernus, aka Phrank's Paradox. Let's recap, because last session got a little emotional. Krepe actually left the session. He messaged me afterwards saying thanks a lot. I was able to flush my toilet and refill it with my own tears. I was crying so much over the loss of Lulu. So what happened last session? Well, you started the session with Krull swinging his hammer at Yoll. Got a little spicy, and a battle ensued, which entailed Krull getting pretty much instantly sapped into another dimension by Gantash. Many swords and maces and mauls and things were wielded, killing the 4 ghouls that were accompanying, and then concentration was dropped at a crucial moment, which allowed a summoned demon to attack the would-be driver of the demon grinder to allow you to escape, which did not happen, and Obatala,
Give
us the Obatala.
Adult white dragon, got close enough to you guys, used a legendary
He had
action
to be like
propel
just
forward.
18. Puberty just fully kicked in. He was horny.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He got in there and he could smell the pheromones. And he released some pheromones of his own through his mouth that gave y'all some freezer burn, and it gave Lulu the ultimate freezer burn, and she died in Yoll's arms.
In the arms of an angel.
Of a god in this case. Then Lathander came down to retrieve her body and left you all with a few gifts, one of them being bracers that now rest on Yoll's arms, and he's just read through that, what they do. And also a gift of a meal consisting of 2 loaves of bread, a little bowl of fruit, or a big bowl of fruit, I should say, and a fully roasted pig just on a white sheet in the middle of your demon grinder. On the ground, we have Buru pointing his crossbow back in the direction from whence they came. Buru, I will inform you that a couple of minutes pass and you do not see any sign that they are in pursuit. Silas was doing some meditation. Gantash
I was in a moment with Yoll, kind of.
That's right. And Yoll, well, you were kind of the centerpiece of that last little interaction. You have a lot to figure out what you're going to do. I'm coming into the session blind myself, admittedly, because I actually don't know what your plans are. I was given some idea as to what you might suggest, but none of them felt very confident. So you guys are going to have to figure out what to do next here. And I will be ready. So Lathander disappears. You are left with this gorgeous meal, which from where you stand and lay on the ground, all of you, you can all get a pretty good whiff of this delicious, delicious smelling meal. The fresh bread seems still warm as the yeast smell fills your nostrils, as does that of the roasted pig.
I think my first reaction is gonna be to kind of point at Yoll's bracers and just say you've been bestowed a great gift. You mind if I have a look?
I'll just hold out one of my arms.
Can I like kind of like inspect it?
Sure. So what you see is a gleaming white gold bracer, sized up to fit Yoll's forearms, each with a green gem embedded in the top of them.
Is there any, with the design of the bracer, is there any religious significance to any of the Mount Celestia patrons?
You can see that there is some writing on the inside of the bracer, so where basically it would clasp on the bottom of the forearm, and you just see two words on each written in Celestial, and it says Lathander's blessing.
The bracers, Yoll, have a name inscribed here. Lathander's blessing. He seems to be looking down upon you. I think we could use it. Just the gods looking down on us.
I think he has more faith in us than I might have expected.
And we'll take it. We're gonna need it.
Am I wrong that Lathander also gave us wine?
No, I don't think you are wrong. Oh yeah, that's right. There are 2 bottles of wine there. Also the cups to accompany them. Just 4.
How about we have a little respite with this beautiful dinner, and maybe bring out some of the good stuff.
I'm gonna get out when he says that, or get up, and I'm gonna grab one of the bottles of wine. No one's gonna drink until we figure out what the hell happened. I think we all want to know what happened.
We do, but I think it might be quite clear what transpired. I literally died and came back, so I think a meal would be nice right about now.
We can drink once we accepted all our mistakes. We can eat for sure, but drinking comes after we reconciled what happened.
Gantash just like reaches for a loaf and just starts eating.
And for the first time since being down here, the taste that you expect fills your mouth.
Ooh.
It's a delicious, warm, and when you crack open the bread to eat it, the steam comes out of the loaf.
Yeah, I think you're gonna want to have some of this, fellas. And I'll break off a piece and just hand it over to Yoll of like the steaming bread.
I'll take it, but I'm not going to eat it yet.
After I finish my piece of bread, I'm gonna take out the hog's cask and just plop it beside the table, or on the table if there's space. If there's not space, then I'll just off to the side.
It's not a table. It's literally just a sheet on the platform in the center of the demon grinder.
So if there's space, then I'll just plop the hog cast on the platform.
Yeah.
Just kind of give it a quick knock.
I mean, that stuff is good, but this was literally a gift from the gods, so.
No shame in little mix and match.
We drink to honor the fallen, and I'm going to pour some glasses.
Absolutely.
Silas, what are you doing? Yeah. You're
unmuting yourself.
You are
finishing the texture writing.
I wanted to just inspect what I was doing.
Sure.
Inspect what you're doing.
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I just like because
RP it out.
Because Phrank said yes, I assumed that Phrank knew, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm just stupid for not knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, RP it out. Include
just to save you some headache, I'm just gonna type it to you.
I was like, fuck me, I guess. I'm just an idiot then.
Yeah, do you not have it in your notes what I was doing?
Bro, it was
How
like
do you not know my next move?
It was a week ago, bro. I don't
I'm just
remember.
I'm bugging.
Also, he was meditating.
All you know I'm doing.
I would like to
sitting
inspect
outside.
that I was meditating. What are you, cross-legged? Do you arms out, arms
Do
in,
I look
eyes
good?
closed, open, third eye? What's going on?
Yeah, how do I look?
There you go. Is there anything else you'd like to do other than that?
I'm gonna sit out there until somebody. I'm just looking off into the distance.
Okay.
If you will. That's what
Sure.
that's what you guys see. I'm just sitting 10 feet away from the car, just looking the opposite direction.
Okay.
Have we ever seen Silas eat?
No, I don't think so.
No. Buru?
The bottle that I grabbed that was given by Thander, can I inspect that?
Yeah. It is a very simple kind of green tinted glass. There's no label, of course. No cork. It's just a pretty basic looking.
No cork.
Yeah.
This shit's open?
Oh, bro, we got one of those like
It's oxidized. What the fuck?
we got it, like, you know, at the club when they give you a drink and they just take the top off and they don't give you the top, they just give you the drink. That's what we got.
Yeah.
I guess Lathander thinks we're at a club. He knows it's illegal to keep it closed.
You can smell the smells coming out of it. It's a pretty robust smell, slightly bitter. But the other two, I believe, are drinking the cask, correct?
Nope.
Oh, you're drinking the wine.
I poured
He poured the wine.
4
The other one.
glasses of wine from the other bottle,
I see.
Yeah, there was
Okay.
another bottle.
though I am not drinking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, like, since I don't know anything about the gods, really, I'm gonna, like, kneel down on my knees
Mm-hmm.
carefully take one of the legs off of the roasted pig.
Okay.
Very carefully for whatever reason.
Sure. And it pulls off.
And then I'm going to put it on a plate. Then I'm going to offer it to Gantash with both my giant hands. This tiny plate.
This tiny plate with an entire pig leg on it.
Yes. And it just floats over the sides, just like shredded pork just kind of hanging off the ends of it.
And I'm going to give it to Gantash.
So I've got like a mouthful of like fruit. I just grab the leg off the plate and just bite into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use the same plate and grab another leg and give it to Yoll.
No, thank you.
I'm going to actually set it in front of him. And grab just a tiny piece for myself and drop it into my mouth. Just like that.
And again, since being here, this is probably the most delicious thing you've tasted. Perfectly salted, crispy skin. It just falls apart in your mouth.
Motherfucker, that sounds so good.
Sir.
Well, Gantash is not kidding. Taste of life. The gods have given us something to properly commune for the dead, really. You guys must try this. You must eat. If you don't, well, I'm sure all the demons around us, maybe someone noticed a celestial coming down. Who knows? We kind of need to make this, need to be quick here. We're not safe.
Yoll, you're just chilling with the food in front of you?
I'm going to pick up one of the glasses and just hold it out. I'm not saying anything, but just hold it out.
Okay.
I'll pick up a glass too as he does that. Just kind of be prepared.
I want to look over to Silas.
What's Silas doing?
I'm sitting facing away, so if you're looking at me, I can't tell.
You're only 10 feet away from the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Silas, get over here.
Oh, okay. I'll turn to look and I'll get up and go over there.
And even you, who
And
doesn't
I'll,
eat, recognizes the quality of food in front of you.
Silas, I know food doesn't quite sustain you, but you have to try some.
Maybe a taste of the gods will change your magic.
We're smarting you up.
I'll take like a piece of fruit and attempt to eat it. I don't know. I don't think I've ever tried to eat something, so I don't know what.
We put it in your mouth.
No,
And
that's not what I meant.
The bones in your mouth, you sort of macerate on it. And then eventually it goes down your holes. Until it comes out your other hole, because we all know it's just one big tube.
It's outside of the body, yeah. I'll pick up like a grape and try and eat a grape if there's a grape there.
Yeah. And it's... To you, you actually can taste it. It tastes delicious. It's juicy. It feels like at least a quarter of your mouth. It's just this big grape. And it's delicious. And when you swallow it, you don't feel the effects, of course, of being full. But it was good.
It does taste good. Where did you get this?
The gods came to I'm gonna like hesitate. I didn't see it, but
Let Lulu's soul rest somewhere else.
yeah.
It's a gift from Lathander.
Makes you think, even in Avernus, they're still actually able to reach us. At least we know Lulu's in a safe place now.
Yes.
And Silas, it is time to properly commune the dead. Not look out into the distance as I did that first. And I can only imagine what you're thinking right now. As I did too. That is why I couldn't face everyone else, and I decided to lay down, pretending to do something. Well, to be honest, I didn't want any more harm to the group, but like I said, I noticed you staring off into the distant. But we need to properly commune because we don't have enough time. We eat, we drink, we talk about the times with her, and then we need to move forward and prevent anything like this happening ever again. God forbid something happens to someone else in our group, but and I've gotten a reminder that God can reach us, the Celestials, when I've had zero faith of that.
I would like anybody to roll me a d20. You guys can pick who that's going to be.
Silas.
Roll away. A 6?
Dang.
Okay,
Kidding, Yoll.
carry on.
I'm
Well,
gonna
that's it?
put more
For
food
now.
in my mouth.
Okay.
You're gonna put your what in your mouth?
More food in my mouth. My foot.
So whatever it is that you pick at, whether it's the fruits, the bread which kind of stays just perfectly warm, pig, perfectly crispy, salty, everything just hits your senses. And it's like the joy of being normal and eating again just kind of overwhelms you for a second. But then with every swallow, you realize things really aren't that normal for you. It just tastes good. Are all of you eating and drinking?
Nobody's.
I'm just eating.
Nobody has
Okay.
drank anything yet.
Okay.
Well, at least she didn't leave like without anything to remember. It's very interesting that Lathander, or whoever that was, I think you guys said Lathander if I overheard, left you this gift, Yoll. I know you're not much of a religious, man. But things change, I guess. Even in the darkest of times. And that's okay. I think we need to do our best to think about the positives from this and what it means moving forward. And I know Lulu was a big part. I know we were trying to get her memories back, and I think all I want to talk about is what she talked about. So her death isn't in vain, and we can remember the importance of her and do what she would want. Because in the end, I still saw a child. That's all she reminded me of. Very special one.
Gantash raises his glass.
And I'll do so too.
And he says, to Lulu, may your name be praised. And may you rest peacefully on Mount Celestia. And you'll take a drink.
And I'll, with my glass raised, to Lulu. And I hope she finds a more comfortable spot than Yoll's neck in Celestia. And no worries of demons, no worries of devils. Only to make friends and whatever they do in Celestia. So she can be herself at all times and let her trumpet roar through Mount Celestia. To Lulu. And I'm gonna drink.
Okay. Are you other two drinking too?
I drank after Gantash's.
Oh, after Gantash. Okay.
Yeah, I will too.
Okay. And it goes down perfectly. Matches perfectly well with the food you're eating. Now everybody's going to roll 2d10s.
Ooh.
2d10s.
7.
I can find that dice. Oh,
Wait, what the
it's
fuck?
this one, right? Like 5 on each side? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What's
Holy.
wrong with my keyboard?
What's a 0? Is that 10?
That's
Yeah.
10.
I got 6 and 10.
Okay.
Why can't I type this command?
/r space 2d10.
Yeah, it's not. Okay, hold on. Let me restart it. Sorry.
Sure.
Oh, you might not have refreshed since.
Oh, yeah, because I shut it down.
Frank
Oh, yeah,
shut
you're
it
not.
down.
Oh.
Booted back
yeah.
up.
Ooh.
Rolled a 1 and a 2.
Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Gantash rolled a 6.
Okay. So, yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, Gantash rolled almost everyone else combined. So, everybody, you will be gaining that number in temporary hit points. So, it'll bring you over your max if you weren't damaged, which I know you all are. But otherwise, you still gain them as temporary hit points. You don't actually heal them. The temporary hit points are going to last for 24 hours. You also, if you were poisoned at any point, you are no longer poisoned. And also for the next 24 hours, you are immune to being poisoned and immune to being frightened.
Oh.
As this was actually a meal summoned by use of a spell called Hero's Feast, and that is what was provided to you.
Wait a second. Gantash is the opposite of that.
Yeah, I'm just poking around. Seeing if I can, like, add immunity to the thing, to the sheet.
You eat this delicious food, you're scared for your life.
So you said...
Immune to being frightened and poisoned for the next 24 hours. And whatever you rolled, you have as temporary HP for the next 24 hours.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Poison and frightened, right?
That's right.
I got it in.
Okay.
For anybody who uses Foundry to track their HP, the little box underneath your total hit points, or not your max hit points, but like your current hit points, says plus temp. That's for temporary HP.
The meal goes down
Wait.
deliciously. I'm just telling you. But there is much more to be had, so I'll leave you guys to do what you wish.
You just got so fucking loud. Holy moly.
Oh,
my
did I?
ears.
Sorry. Is that what you
No,
said?
I just turned you down. Yeah, that's why I was making barf noises.
Oh,
That's
so weird. I didn't change anything. Yeah. So I'll leave you guys to do what you will. If you have anything else you'd like to talk about. Like I said, after last session, this was going to be a bit of a doozy. So, good luck.
Yoll.
Yeah.
I wanted to apologize to not just you but maybe the group, but you especially.
What?
Sorry, I was just laughing at the dump truck. For my actions back there. Don't rush me, okay? Some were poor. My actions and my decisions. I made some poor decisions which may have resulted in Lulu's death. And also Buru getting injured more than he needed to.
My wounds are fine. It's the mental damage it caused.
You need not blame yourself for that. I do not forgive you because there is nothing to be forgiven. But she is watching now, so don't do anything else stupid.
And I'll turn to Gantash. Or first I'll turn to Buru and I'll just say sorry for your injuries.
You know, Silas, you do not need to apologize. I think you only need to apologize to yourself. That's the biggest thing, so you can move forward. And I understand you feel guilty from what has transpired, but I don't think that's entirely something you should dwell on, or something you should burden yourself on only yourself. We all take this at heart. Each one of us, we had a play in it, and we did our best. I'm sure, even to myself, I wish I didn't grab the vehicle. I wish I didn't. But whatever actions you regret, Silas, my friend, you need to move forward and learn from the past. Don't dwell on it. And just as Yoll said, she's watching. If anything, she might whisper in your ears to kill Yoll so he can go to Mount Celestia, but I don't know how you're gonna do that now. Look at his forearms. But like I said, do not dwell on the past. Only learn. Each time you fail, you only learn. But you know, I am pretty messed up though at Ghoul. I think we need to might want to talk about the magic you use. That is the only thing I might want to discuss.
None of my spells are healing in nature. I'll just turn to Gantash.
Oh, you're looking at me to heal you?
Not me.
I see.
You just hear
No.
what he said?
We are commuting, Silas. Sure, we can do the healing and all such, but I think once we finish here, we will probably look for a place to rest. But, Silas, dude, there's more things on your mind. I think if there's any time for us to listen to you with utmost attention, it is definitely now. Do it while we have this delicious meal in front of us.
I was just going to say to Gantash, me and him had a conversation about summoning things, and as you know, Buru, Gantash, and Yoll, the last time I did that, it may have not worked in our benefit, and this time wasn't the same. Was the same. So
I think maybe it's just time to learn that you shouldn't meddle with things that you cannot control. I think it's safe to say that's a lesson you've learned, right?
I think so.
Inside
It
check.
seems.
Yeah, I'd like to do that too. But I'm gonna feel really weird. I'm gonna have my glass and you can only see my eyes while I stare at them.
Okay. I think you can.
It was like.
Uh,
Yeah, he's full of shit. I knew
I
it.
think if you drop. I think if you drop down. This is for Silas. I think if you drop down private GM roll.
Mm-hmm.
Just roll anything. I just want to see if it works. Roll like an athletics check or something under private GM roll.
I'll just do this.
Can anyone see that?
No.
Okay. So then
Really rolled dice.
you know how it works. Like if you're telling the truth, you just roll a I guess a persuasion check. If you're not telling the truth, then you roll a deception check.
Wait, what's the?
Perception for truth,
Well,
deception.
No.
No,
Like,
Yoll
what's the-
said.
Ability check.
Hold on, True. Yoll said, I think that's a lesson you've learned, and then you said, I think so, or something like that, and that's the insight check.
Gave him a lemon answer.
He thinks he's learned.
And then it's persuasion for truth and perception.
Yeah, persuasion for truth, deception for not telling the truth.
Oh, deception.
Deception. Yeah, you're not
Yes.
gonna
Deception for
perceive.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Perceive how they will react. Okay, and then I guess the other two, you're doing insight checks.
Yeah, I got an 11 plus 9, so
11 plus 9 on your insight. Jesus Christ. Okay. So this is an interesting thing.
Is it?
So the question was, if it's a lesson he's learned. So you two kind of look, you're just like really keeping an eye on how Silas is talking to you right now. So far he's seemed like kind of a little downtrodden, like he's clearly apologizing to everyone. And when he says like he's learned his lesson, it's kind of like one of those things where, you know, like if a teenager in a classroom were to say that, you know, Silas is clearly the youngest amongst you. It's like he's got this awkwardness about him. Like he just doesn't, he like thinks maybe, but he's not sure. He could, you know, it's not
like good
it's not
again. Who knows?
I'll say this. I guess it just doesn't instill a ton of confidence in you.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
So these the cross checks are always my favorite moments. So carry on.
And what is it that you learned, Silas?
It's hard to control those demons. Might not be worth it. Or it doesn't seem worth it. Sorry, might not be worth it. Doesn't seem worth it.
Might not, huh?
No, doesn't seem worth it.
I don't know how those demons decide. Maybe I stink. I'm not sure. But Jesus.
I mean, you definitely stink, but what are you asking?
I don't know how those demons decided to come to me. Mind you, I might be a big guy, but that thing was not easy to get rid of.
Yeah.
They have a mind of their own.
Clearly, mine
When I
greater than
don't
yours.
control them.
One that can clearly not be controlled, maybe as easily as we might have hoped.
Silas, you must promise me, if you do use that magic again, it is your first priority to deal with it yourself as well. Unless there's imminent death to one of your brothers.
If I have to use the spell again,
No, don't make one demon and summon another one. I don't think that works. What I'm saying is, you must be responsible for each action you do.
I'd like to believe that he's learned something at least. But this microscope, what's a microscope? But this lens.
They exist.
But this.
What religious word was that, Gantash?
This tiny, tiny spyglass.
This lens on Silas is counterproductive. We should discuss what our next move is. I have a few ideas I'd love your feedback on.
Speak up.
hear it.
I have a few. If we decide not to rest, I have a few more tricks that can be useful in our claim for the rods. Because I still firmly believe, especially may her soul rest, but with Lulu gone, that angel and the companion is of top priority. Can be very helpful in dealing with Zariel and the scar and finding the weapon, etc. So the rods to me are important. Here are the three things that I have that I can do in this situation. Number one, I can summon an invisible eye that I can send towards the tower. And it can fit through small crevices, and I can maybe make my way into the tower and get some valuable information as to what is happening in there, and I can possibly overhear certain conversations through this eye. Option 2. I also have the ability, now that I know what Krull looks, sounds, feels like,
Smells like.
I can also send him a message. Not sure what message we would decide to send as a team, but that is an option. I can speak with him directly from anywhere on this plane. And then the last option will take a minute of my time. That may be tricky. But I had an idea to try to persuade the dragon to be our ally for 30 days. That would depend on my spell working or not. If it works, we have a dragon for 30 days. If it doesn't, I will likely die. Those are the three options that I have.
I'm gonna like spit out my drink a little bit when he says that.
I'm not saying that these are ideas that have concrete results, but they are options that we can use, that we have access to. I personally love the idea of having a dragon for 30 days. Because I'd like to think we're in and out of here within the next 30 days.
Yeah. Did you not hear the second half of that part of the plan?
Sorry, what did you say? Yes, I might die. Yes. Yes, I know. But you see, there's a key word there, might. Might die. Depends on who's driving, really.
Okay, I'm gonna need a little more than that.
Whoever drives carries the burden of Gantash's death.
Possibly.
You could just
I'm
fly.
not driving.
Okay, give us a detail. Maybe even just one detail.
Of death?
No, of your fucking. Oh my god.
Of that plan.
Oh. Well,
How do you plan to make this adult dragon that just murdered our celestial friend into our friend?
with a spell. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, then he's not our friend anymore. Or never was. But if the spell works, he'll be our friend for 30 days.
Yes, with sparkles and fairies, I will make the dragon my friend. What do you want to do?
Well, I have to get close enough to the dragon.
How close?
About 60 feet or so. Now listen.
Into the crater.
I can start, and this is out of this takes a minute to cast. This is a DM question. It takes a minute to cast. Can I be like on the precipice of kind of like perpetually stuck in at that 60-second end, just kind of like focused?
Can you edge the end of
Yeah,
your
can
spell?
can I edge the spell essentially?
Like you mean like cast, do the full minute of casting and then
Be ready for when.
well, I need to read it. Just one sec. Is it You don't have a spell book in here.
I linked it.
I'll read it.
No,
I'm
linked
gonna.
it.
Oh, okay.
This is
It
just-
needs to be in range. You can't like prepare it and then walk up to it and get it in range.
You have to start the cast from within 30 feet.
How long is the cast, Gantash? How long do you need?
I need a minute.
How about this? On top of that idea, is Silas or Gantash, actually you're going to be performing that spell. Can anyone mimic Crawl's voice? Maybe call the dragon somewhere?
I can mimic his face.
Ooh, you can.
Well, I can technically also send the dragon a message. I can't
I don't
quite
feel like talking to the dragon.
Yoll, just trying to provide ideas. Trying to provide my use.
I don't think there's any harm in your first idea. I mean, more information is always better, unless that's a detriment.
What was your first idea? Sorry, I got hung up on the dragon thing.
I can create an invisible eye and infiltrate the tower.
Well, that would at least give us information as to where these fucking sticks are. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, they might
And
not even
your-
be in the tower.
And your spell to talk to people. If you can get enough information with your eye, can you then talk to?
Kroll? Yes.
No, not Kroll.
Oh, I can talk to Arkhan if he's in the tower.
Yes. what I'm thinking.
Wow. I like that, Silas. That should be
Could
step
we not
one.
Could we not just do some recon with the fucking bird or something?
I think the eye and the bird, sure. I think that's a good start.
Well, I'm just gonna use the bathroom like super quick.
I don't have the bird anymore.
Oh, that's right. He replaced it with a demon. I forgot.
I just don't have the spell ready, and I don't have the anymore. It's out of character.
Scratch that.
I do think it might be a good idea to at least take a short rest. If, it's not like we're on a time crunch, I don't think.
That's a joke, right?
I mean, I have no pressing matters to attend to. It's just my life that depends on these rods, but I can
I don't
wait.
give a fuck about your life. I'm talking about the whole reason we're down here in the first place.
There's no countdown. Ultra's down
Yeah,
here.
there kind of fucking is. The big army that they're drawing so that they can invade the surface so that they can take the other. Did you miss that bit or?
I think we can spare an hour.
An hour to rest? Is that what you're suggesting?
That's what I was suggesting, yes.
The eye also lasts an hour, but I would like to rest. I am not feeling great at the moment. Food was great, but and you'll see he kind of like moves his robe over and just like it's like freezer burn cuts, like he's just like he's banged up.
We can spare 1 hour, but if I ever hear you say that we're not in a rush ever again, I'm tearing off your head and I'm shoving it up your ass.
So is that what you guys are doing? You're gonna shoot for a long rest or a short rest? Sorry.
Short rest, yeah.
Okay. I actually learned yesterday, by the way, just a fun fact for everybody, that when you take a long rest, you actually do not recover 100% of your hit die. You actually only recover half of them.
Half. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know that until yesterday. So, if you guys are planning on resting, I'll actually say that you guys conversing and chilling and eating is actually part of that, because you don't have to sleep during a short rest. You just have to be kind of chilled out. There's just certain actions you can't take, which neither of you have done. So I'll say it's literally just another 40 minutes. You guys can have conversation or whatever, but it goes off without a hitch. Again, you're in a super quiet, like eerily quiet, nothing moving in the landscape place of Avernus.
It's all been eaten by some big fucking dumbass dragon.
So you guys can take this time to roll the hit die that you would like to in order to recover whatever HP you need. You can roll them one at a time and just keep doing that.
If you do them in Foundry and you use the Foundry character sheet, it automatically updates your HP total. We'll take that.
I can only roll one, you said?
No, you can roll as many as you have. Yeah. But you can roll them one at a time until you hit either your hit point max or until you're satisfied.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're getting you're getting boned.
What do you mean bone? I'm getting good shit.
One? Are you fucking
You've rolled the
serious?
bottom half of the die every time.
No, he
10.
rolled a 5 and he rolled a 7. He rolled 2 5s and a 10.
Oh, I'm only reading the raw die as the total die.
Alright, whatever.
Well, that's not bad.
That one was bad.
Yeah, that one's bad. Oh yeah, you got your ass kicked.
So what? So you said we're technically doing a short rest right now? We're into a rest right now.
I'll say that you do get through your full hour. Just also, I was just mentioning that like you're already like 20
It's
minutes deep
progressive.
into
So,
it.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because as long as you don't commit certain actions, like go for a jog or like cast spells or attack, you're chilling.
You know, the two equivalents: go for a job or cast spells.
Yeah. I will say though, as you guys are kind of like relaxing, just trying to like breathe off the day prior, give me your passive perceptions, please.
15.
15. 20 is passive? What do you guys got?
Always observant.
I don't. Where do I see it? Oh, never mind. Perception. 11.
11?
10.
Okay.
That checks real tough.
As you guys are just kind of hanging out there, Yoll and Gantash, to the north of you, you can see very far in the distance, very, very far, something just moving slowly. It doesn't look like a vehicle. It looks like some sort of humanoid creature, something like that. It's quite far away.
Isn't the crater north of us?
The crater is to the east of you.
Oh, I see.
You
Okay.
traveled west because you scooped out and then ramped up the side to get a little bit more momentum. So you guys headed west, and now directly north of you, there are some sort of humanoid figures walking southeast, basically, mostly east, but a little bit south. The trajectory seems, if you were to map it out, seems that it could be headed in the direction of the crater.
How far is very far?
From your perspective, we will call it about a mile. But this just totally deserted, flat landscape, you're able to make them out.
Do believe that is the range of my eagle aspect.
So how close does it look to you?
100 feet.
100 feet. You can see that there's a Minotaur walking there. You can also see that there is a Dragonborn. 2 creatures. And they have weapons sheathed on their back. The Minotaur has 2 large, wide-bladed swords of some kind. And the Dragonborn has a very unique-looking great axe. Both have them strapped to their backs. Gantash, you can just clearly see that something's walking. You don't know what it is.
Do you say something's wrong here?
Walking.
Walking. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
You guys see that over there?
Yeah. I don't know what that is, though.
It's a Minotaur. And a Dragonborn of some sort.
As he says that, I kind of want to like try to squint as I'm looking in that direction. Mm-hmm. And I want to grab the thumb.
Okay. So to your right, about 15 feet away, is this just massive, from your perspective, maybe 20 foot tall, shadowy entity that just fills the right quarter of your vision. No, it's like a shadowy figure. You know what it is.
Okay.
Horned, Baphomet.
I'm gonna look at the figure.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna point in the distance towards the 2 figures that are walking and see if he reacts.
And he just continues to stare at you.
And near the figures, there's nothing going on, eh?
No.
No? I let go of the thumb.
Okay. And it dissipates.
The
guy. Buru and Silas, you can't even see the figures. Like, you don't even...
Yeah.
Like, Yoll's kind of, like, pointing into the landscape. You just see, like, the mountain range be, like, in the backdrop and just this plain, wide open. Just hard to make out. They're, like, little pinpricks in the distance.
All Gantash? How you feeling now?
I feel great. Better than I was before. Those ghouls really did a number. And once the dragon came in, I was surviving.
With this magical eye of yours, how close do you need to get?
I don't. I can be right here.
Perfect.
I only have the eye for an hour, though. So a DM
Well, it
question.
looks like those 2 over there are on their way to the tower.
Yep.
So if you go now, you might get a good look.
So DM question.
Sure.
I think it moves 30 feet every 6 seconds. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's it. Wait, no.
Yes.
As in, 30 feet every 6 seconds.
Yep.
Would Gantash have a rough estimate of how far we are from the tower?
I told you last session. You guys made it approximately like 1,000 feet from the lip of the crater.
Oh.
Yeah.
From the lip of the crater, and the tower is deep into the crater.
Yeah.
Like, the tower was 600 or so meters away from us when we were standing in the crater.
Yeah, that's half an hour just to get to the crater.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 1,000 divided by... Oh, wait, no, that's...
No.
Hold on, that's...
Could be like 3, like...
It's 33 turns times 6 seconds.
Oh, it's 3 minutes?
Yeah, it's not
Sorry,
long
oops.
at all.
Okay, Oh.
Well, you guys ripped out, drove like a little bit, and then just parked behind a thing. Like, when Buru was
like
turned
it would
around...
Take about 5 minutes for the eye to get to the tower.
Okay,
Out of character, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, No time like the present, and I'll cast it. And what you like, only I can see. I kind of materialize this like eye that has kind of like a golden iris, and it kind of just like blinks at me, and it's like ready to go. Now, interesting question. If can like Yoll's beast sense wouldn't work on this eye, right?
It has to be a beast.
It has to be a beast. Yeah, this is not a beast.
Okay. And so
Before you do that,
before I cast the eye?
or you already casted it.
I already casted it.
Before you send it off. Just when Yoll said, oh, the music stops. Yoll said there's something to the north. Do you want to check on that too?
They're on their way to the tower.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll intercept.
You'll beat them.
I'll intercept.
Can we see the eye?
No.
It's invisible.
Only
I
I can
say,
see
like,
it.
that's a really shit spy if everyone can see it.
And I'm just gonna sit down. I'm gonna look around to everybody, and I want to get kind of into like because it does take concentration, so I need to be kind of like in a little bit of a state. So I'm just gonna sit down and be like,
Well, you don't have to be like immobilized.
well, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
I'll get down. And, Yoll, don't let anything happen to me, okay?
You can take care of yourself.
I'll just close my eyes and I'll send the eye off towards the two figures.
Towards the two figures. Okay, so those figures are a pretty good distance farther than the crater, just so you're aware. So you want to take some time with the eye to go out and see them?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not gonna like it's not gonna take that much time.
Sure. I'll say to get within a range that you can reasonably kind of make out what they are, I'll say it takes about 10 minutes.
Sure.
So you launch that thing out forwards, just barreling across the landscape. And again, even more so now, you're kind of taking in the idea that, like, okay, there's really nothing out here. Whereas every other, at least kilometer, there was some sort of patch of devils or something like that moving about the landscape. You make your way up, and you can see, you kind of make your way closer and closer and closer to really make out what these things are. And what you see is
I also want to clarify, I can't listen. I thought I could,
I know.
But yeah.
Oh, that's a blower.
So the first thing that you see is a totally like jet black skinned, just shredded to the nines, very tall, probably 9 foot tall Minotaur with large, thick, pointed horns, which are adorned with these kind of gilded clasps as the horns hit the head. The armor that it wears is kind of this like draped, almost like a gladiator's belt that has black leather material, also just studded with different golds, and this large gold plate with a face on it on the front, gilded bracers as well, gilded footwear, and just a small gold ring around its tail as well. The swords that are on its back, you can see from this distance, are actually emblazoned. Like it looked almost like they're on fire, but they're strapped to his back, so they release this kind of strange looking flame. The Dragonborn, you can see, has this almost tattered, like ranger green, forest green cloak that just drapes off of its back. Right on the center of its chest, which is fully decked out in armor that just streams all the way down the front of him, down to his feet, and looks perfectly fitted for him. You can see this large red crest with 5 heads coming out in this circle, these 5 necks and 5 heads coming out. It is the Dragonborn has a fiery red skin and these large pauldrons that have each 4 spikes coming out. And the one thing that really stands out is its left hand, which is much more shriveled than the rest of his otherwise muscular body, and is green and lets out a faint green smoke from his hand as he walks. And he seems to just kind of be limping it down by his left side, the other arm just kind of freely moving as he's talking to his compatriot.
Do they take notice of the eye?
They do not.
Okay. So I'll kind of hover about, and in my meditative state, I'll just say out loud to the rest of the people around me, I think that might be Arkhan. He's not in the tower.
But Arkhan was a silver dragonborn. But I might have been making that up.
You might have.
I'm gonna try to beat them to the tower.
Okay. Oh, sorry, you're saying that out loud.
Yeah, and then I'll start heading towards the tower.
Okay. And you
much
do
faster
go,
than they, I think, yeah.
Yeah, you do go at a, it's as though it's like their full tilt running pace. I will say this last thing that you take in that I kind of left out a little bit. Behind them, now that you've kind of made your way across the landscape, behind them, well in the distance, you can see the mountain range behind them. There is one particular landmark that stands out quite well, and that is that the stone of the mountain from this distance you can see has actually been carved into a massive dragon's head with a gaping mouth. As you head towards the tower, you make your way there unscathed, leaving behind the 2 creatures. You make your way into the pit or over the edge of the crater. You stop me whenever you want.
I want to get right up to the door.
Okay, so you make your way through, just weave your way through all the feet of these brambling undead, and you make your way up to the front door, which is towering and arched with these just 2 black arched doors. You do find your way in. You find just a crack in the door. The doors don't seal perfectly, so you're able to slip your way in. And the first thing you notice is that I'm actually going to bring this up really quick. Basically positioned at the far back of the tower. Now this tower spans. I'm actually going to get you the right distances. I actually don't want to screw this up.
As I get into the tower, I just want to say, I'm in. I've hacked the mainframe.
Okay. So the tower spans about 100 feet across, and it's just totally circular once you get inside. The floor is basically made up of some sort of black obsidian, some sort of stone. Inside, the first thing that you notice is parked along the walls. There is a total of 6 Devil's Rides, those motorcycles. At the far back, there is a winding, you would almost call it a staircase, but it's really just a kind of like a smooth ramp that arches along the rounded back wall. And that ramp is about 15 feet wide, the base of which is just to the, across and just to the left.
Is there anyone in this room?
Nobody's here. Just the bikes.
I'm going up the ramp.
Okay. The second layer, similar layout in terms of the size. In this room, you can actually see that there are multiple on the ground. There are multiple circles with different runes carved into them, and just a couple of tables with some, looks like maybe some alchemical trinkets on them.
Anyone in this room?
Nobody's in here.
Is there a ramp that leads up to a higher floor?
Exact same layout as the last one. So basically the way it works is it's like you would come up the ramp, there'd be the floor, and then just on the other side. So it's like ramps above ramps right on top.
How much time has passed, give or take?
So you're probably about 25 minutes in.
I like to take couple of minutes here to just kind of like get a little bit closer to some of the ruins and see if I can like make out anything or some of the trinkets. Like try to get like a better understanding of like what's going on in this room with a little bit more observation, as opposed to just like looking in and then leaving. I want to take a little bit of a closer look.
2 rolls. You're going to give me an investigation check and an arcana check.
Investigation's a 4, haha.
Okay.
And then arcana is 10 plus or 12 plus 10, so 22.
Okay, so you can't quite make out the stuff that's on the tables. Just looks like a standard alchemy something or other. The runes and the circles on the floor, one of them you make out to actually be a teleportation circle. You know that these are used to just bounce around different specific points. One of them you can see is very clearly a summoning circle of some kind. The other 2 look a little bit unique, almost maybe like they're like trial runs at something else.
Okay. Go up to the next floor.
Okay. This one very clearly stands out to you. As soon as you enter, you can see that there are these kind of pieced together, just with different various like soft materials, that each house their own dragon egg. And in here, there are 8 dragon eggs of various colors.
And at this, like the moment I head into this room, I'm just gonna be like, oh baby. Hey, dragon eggs. Oh, good golly.
The next floor, if you're going up.
Yeah, it's just eggs. Like there's just like nothing super particular about the room.
No, there are 5 different colors spread about. That's about it.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm going up. I'm not.
Okay.
I also want to mention, because I didn't mention this before, if there is somebody in the room, I kind of want to like try to like almost try to take a little bit of cover to try to be a little. I know I'm an invisible eye, but still try to be a little bit inconspicuous in case somebody can see the invisible eye. So I'm gonna do that. It's because I think this next room might have some people.
So that was the 3rd level. The 4th level is almost identical to the one below it. It's another hatchery. The main difference in this one is that tucked away in the corner opposite the ramp, there is a big dragon egg that seems to be glinting with a gold color, and it is actually inside of an iron barred cage.
Okay. Egg in a cage. That seems safe.
Okay.
I'll keep going up.
The next room, give me a investigation check.
Hope we do better this time, huh, boys? Yeah, 18's pretty good.
18.
That's better than 4.
This room has primarily boxes upon boxes upon boxes with a table in the center of it. You notice right past some of the taller boxes opposite the ramp, just a few approximately 6 foot long, black with purple, some sort of purple rune writing on them, these 6 rods from where you can see.
I think I found him, boys. He doesn't seem to care about them very much.
Totally inconspicuous and out in the open and easy to get, right?
They're in
I
the...
remember Bell referring to the real rods, FYI. See if you can find more rods.
These are just in storage. I'm in
Maybe.
like the locker room. And there's like just boxes of stuff, and he just put the rods in a box. Like he's gonna put him in a U-Haul in 10 minutes. Like he just doesn't... I want to get closer to him.
Sure. So as you get closer, you can see the writing on them. It's not anything that you recognize. They're just some sort of magic runes that are, you would imagine from your time working with magic. It's just there to inscribe magic into the rods themselves.
Okay.
And they really are just laying there. They're not they're not like lined up perfectly. They're just literally leaning on this rounded wall.
Okay. Can I get a better understanding of like what's in the other boxes? Like, is there anything open? Like, just like, you know, I know I spotted the rods, but like, what else is in this room?
Yeah, there's a couple boxes open, some of them containing just like basic armors, like leather armors. One of them you can see is cracked open. There's like a couple of bags of flour. It's like just a general storage room for what you can gather.
What's on the table?
The table looks like just like a sorting table. Like you can see a couple of like daggers on one side of it. On the other side, there's like just a stack of boxes. Just looks like a sorting table.
He's got a freaking Amazon warehouse in this bitch, bro. He's got a fulfillment center. He's got a fulfillment center. Arkhan. He's doing e-com with DMed.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna go up
Next
before.
day, teleportation circle shipping.
Yeah. Logistics. Arkhan logistics. I'm gonna go up the next floor.
Next floor is a little bit of a change of pace. In this room, you can see many tables lined up in rows, and on each table, you find quite a few different horrific implements. You can see a table filled with, as you glance it over, what you assume is some sort of like torture devices. There's different types of blades and hooks and things like that. And on one of the tables in particular, you actually see a bunch of hands flayed open at different points, bones exposed, various sizes, clearly from different races. You see one that you distinctly recognize as like a dwarf's hand, and they've all just been opened up.
You guys just see Gantash start to like hold back some barf, some puke. This is the strangest person I've ever met.
I don't think I want to know. If it's not relevant, I don't want to know.
I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
I'm not gonna mention anything about other than that.
The next floor catches you by surprise as you immediately enter, and you can see movement in this room. The movement is quite subtle, though, as when you start realizing what you're looking at, kind of takes you off guard. There are 4 young dragons, each just huddled, resting in their own corner of the room, and it looks like they're asleep. Just the movement you saw was just them breathing in their corners.
Keep going.
Next layer up. Very clearly, this is some sort of bedroom. There are 2 different beds, and not a whole lot otherwise in terms of like decor or anything like that. There's a couple of hooks with some clothing on it, and that is it.
No crawl anywhere? And that's the top floor. That's top floor?
You
Nope.
found a teleportation circle.
I'm gonna go up a floor then.
This floor, once you get up there, you can immediately see that it opens to the sky.
Uh-huh.
And immediately you also notice 2 figures that you just interacted with. This is the top floor of not those 2 that you just looked at.
I was like, holy.
Previous session. You can see Krull kind of standing, looking out. And as you get your bearings about yourselves, you can see he's looking out the direction that you saw the other 2 figures coming from. Obatala, the dragon, is just kind of perched up on the other side, looking out, slowly arcing its head across the landscape.
Okay, so dragon is like a sentry, constantly looking throughout the crater. But Krull has his eye on the 2 figures approaching the tower. He's not really looking towards us. Is there any ruins on the ground on this top floor?
No,
Just like
it's just
a
black stone. It's the rest of the tower coming to the peak.
So Arkhan is not in the tower.
no.
But he's on his way.
Can I okay, I'm gonna try to do this very cautiously, and I'm gonna prepare a reaction for the eyeball.
Sure.
So I want to try to start getting a profile view of Kroll, because I'm imagining in my mind that his back is turned towards me.
Yeah.
He's not looking to like for the eye. I want to try to get a profile view. I want to try to get like the expression on his face. If he does notice the eye, I'm jetting down to the Amazon warehouse.
So you just want to see like what the side of his head looks like?
I want to see what the expression on his face is.
Just stoic. Mouth is closed. He's with his, hand opposite you. He's just holding onto his maul placed against the ground. Really not moving. Just, you can see his chest coming in and out as he breathes, but he's just stoically looking. You do see his eyes kind of moving, and they're not like just dialed in, locked. Like he is kind of looking across the landscape. So actually give me an investigation check here.
9.
9? Yeah, I mean, that's what you say. He's not like specifically locked in. He is kind of like sweeping the landscape.
Okay. I'm gonna go back down to the Amazon warehouse.
Okay.
I might lose connection. I want to try something. Does anyone want me to see anything else? I've scouted the whole tower.
I think we have what we're going to get, right?
Okay. I'm gonna bash the eyeball against the rods. I'm gonna get like a running start and just ram the eyeball into the rods. Not looking to do damage, but just kind of like bump into them.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I didn't think it would have any effect, but it does. Okay. So you slam into them and you just hear like a slight little screech, like a tiny one, as one of them just shifts slightly and scratches against
He's
the wall.
not supposed to hear, though.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
Well, sorry. Good point. It moves. It budges very slightly.
I was able to move the rods with my eye.
Imagine what you could do with your hands.
Yeah. I think with the remaining time, it would be wise to unless you guys want to do something, it would be wise to just stay in the tower, wait for the figures to arrive, and keep an eye on them and see what they do until my time runs out.
I want to know who this Minotaur is.
He is 9 foot tall, jacked, handsome,
Oh, please.
and he has 2 weapons unlike I've ever seen before.
I have another plan. Why don't we just go talk to Arkhan before he gets to the tower?
I'm still gonna hold on to this eye until you need me. In fact, it would be wise for me to... I'm gonna position the eye behind Kroll. Gonna go back up. It'd be wise for me to watch what Kroll does as we approach Arkhan. If that's the case, we get to see what he does. Because he will see us approach Arkhan. I'm gonna be honest.
Arkhan doesn't, to our knowledge, know what happened.
Not...
And if we wait for him to get into the tower, it might be hard for us to reach him again.
It's very true. So we have an eye on Kroll while we do this.
I don't hate this idea.
I'm gonna hop in the driver's seat. And I'll just turn back and be like, are we good to go? Diplomatic this time?
I'm positioned behind Kroll. I'm ready.
Well, I mean, okay. Do I need to pick up Gantash and get him in the car or what?
No, I'm in the car. We ate in the car.
He's in it.
I'm in the
Yeah.
car.
Oh, you're still in
Is
the
there
car.
still
sorry.
food
You were
left?
sitting on the floor.
Yeah, there's some food.
And it was on a blanket.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I basically want to like clean it up, and then put the food in the blanket and grab it and just bring it into one of the vehicles. And then
You only have one
You
vehicle.
only have one right now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, in the vehicle, and then whatever was left, like the alcohol. If there's still stuff in the cups, I'm just gonna pour it back in and not waste it all, and bring it into the vehicle.
Okay.
Can't just leave gifts from the gods like this. And I'm gonna take a seat. Actually, I'm gonna put the things down somewhere in the vehicle, and I guess hop on a harpoon spot.
I'll hop on the other harpoon. Actually, no. I want to get in the jaws.
Okay. And sorry, who? So
Seems like you get a good view there.
give me a full rundown. Who's where in the car?
driving.
Silas is driving.
I'm probably in a
Buru
seat.
is in a harpoon spot. Gantash is in a supervising spot. And Yoll is in the car, jaws.
Okay. Okay.
Now, before we head straight for him, how can we get his attention that we might not just be trying to kill him before he kills us, trying to talk to him? You know what
Well,
I'm
I
saying?
suspect not killing him might be a good step.
We are also just, full sprinting a vehicle towards him. Might not take too kindly towards
Okay,
that.
well, we don't have to full gas it. Maybe fucking lay off the gas for a second there, kiddo.
Right. Okay. I'll start up the car and drive towards it, the direction.
Okay. Okay. So you start ripping across the landscape, having full access, by the way, to that double speed still, as you've still got both types of fuel running. Gantash, as you look out, you can't help but notice that, you're kind of looking at Kroll, you're looking out towards the landscape. You actually realize that this tower is kind of the perfect height to just see across the landscape because it's burrowed down and then the top of it just crests over the crater. It really is a good outlook, and you can just barely see your vehicle start to go. At this point, though, Kroll seems unperturbed, and the vehicle carries on.
So what I'll say is, I'll let you know if Kroll does anything, as I can see our own vehicle from the tower.
Okay. So you carry across the landscape, and everybody now gets to a point where they can see these two figures. And by this point, you can also see that they've stopped their forward momentum. They just stand side by side, looking at you. They haven't drawn their weapons. They're just looking at you approaching. You can see the green hand down by Arkhan's side, and the Minotaur just stands well taller than Arkhan, arms crossed. And you make your way up.
I'm not going to drive directly towards them, but just off to the side, but close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to seem intimidating,
Yeah.
But I'll slow down as I approach.
I want to seem intimidating, so we're just going to barrel at them with a 9,000-pound car that has jaws on it.
Well, I'm going to slow down. Is there a horn? Can I start honking the horn?
We all had that same idea.
Okay. And so you guys make your way up. They seem to just kind of be well aware of your coming closer. And at this, as you guys make your way within probably 100 feet, it's at this point that Krull starts, with purpose, walking down the ramps of the tower.
So he doesn't notice my eye.
No.
I'm just gonna follow him. Kroll is heading down the stairs.
And what of the dragon?
Not moving.
Let's hope it stays that way.
I'm gonna lose sight of the dragon as I'm following Kroll down.
I think you'll hear it.
That's true.
From here.
Okay, sorry, just one sec, guys. Might have to take a $5. Just give me 1 sec.
It's
Okay,
about
I'm
that
gonna-
time. isn't it?
You know what? Let's do it anyways. Actually, let's call it a 10. So as you guys are approaching, we'll call it a 10-minute break here.
Perfect.
Perfect time. I'm the only one who is here. Oh, baby. Mans is tired. Mans is cozy.
Obatala.
Obatala. Obatala.
Baby.
Baby.
Oh, that's
He has
baby.
your same hair, Frank.
What'd you say?
He has your same hair.
I know. He's kooky.
Faux hawk.
He's kooky. He doesn't want to eat. He's rejecting. Oh, he's so mad. He's so mad about it. Is Trieu gone? Or is he eating?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
My mom's in my room.
Sorry, I just have to show you my setup right now. Wait, where is he? You can't see him.
I see him.
So,
There he is. The little boy. I can't hear you, Krepe.
I can't see him behind all those bubbly cans.
Yeah, there's like 4 of them.
Isn't it garbage day today, dog?
It is actually. That's weird that oh yeah, because we have
the same garbage day.
but it's not recycling day, so
It's not recycling day for me either. Wow, that's crazy.
bro.
We have so much in common.
It's true.
Same garbage day, the same amount of children, same age,
Yeah. Yeah, that's us.
both like plants.
same military background.
Same
Wait, hold
degree.
on. Wait, I want to take some shit from you. Same musical prowess. Same ability to cook.
Oh, go on.
All right.
Good taste in microphones.
This is actually going to be so funny if I get to role play Arkhan while holding Ronan. If he fusses, this will be fucking hilarious. Okay. Is everyone ready to commence?
Yep, ready.
Okay. So you guys make your way across the field. Krull starts walking down the tower. And you said the eye is following
Crawl.
Krull? Okay. You do notice, by the way, when you leave the top of the tower, you're right. The dragon seems pretty much unmoved. It seems to have had sort of an interaction with Krull, but it was very brief, and he just, with purpose, started walking down layer by layer. But he's not running. He's just walking. The rest of you make your way up, and you said you slow down as you approach the two. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, and it's Silas driving. Okay. They seem totally unfazed and confident. Again, Minotaur crossing his arms, and Arkhan just with his ghouly arm hanging down by his side.
I'll stop roughly 30, 40 feet.
Okay. Engine still running?
I'll turn it off.
Okay.
I'll just turn back to the group. Be like, well, we have his attention now.
I'm still concentrating, so I'm not really.
I was told to be civil, so I'm just not saying anything.
And I'll say, I guess I'll do the talking. Unless
Oh
you
boy.
have an objection, Buru.
I'll be there with you. I'll be listening.
Well, I'll be there. Obviously, I'll be there.
I'll do the talking. I got
Staying
this.
in the car?
No, I'm gonna get out.
I'm gonna stay
Okay.
because I'm
In your trance, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will also get out of the car
Oh, yeah.
and
Just gonna follow.
mimic Captain Minotaur's confident pose.
Okay. Captain Minotaur?
Well, I feel like mimicking Arkhan's pose is disrespectful considering he's a disabled dragonborn.
And I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna walk up like to within 15 feet. So a talking distance, so I don't have to yell.
Okay. And they are pretty stoic about your approach.
Arkhan, I presume.
And the Minotaur actually speaks. And how do you know that?
Well, we were given just based on the description that we have, and we've actually come searching for Arkhan. And you match the description.
And who was it that gave you this description?
Friend.
I'd say that you even being in this corner of this particular lair of the 9 hells tells me that we can be a little more specific than that. Wouldn't you say? You must be here for something specific.
We are. Specifically, we're looking for some rods. Some adamantine rods? Sorry, I don't know if I pronounced that right.
Oh, you did. And he kind of, at the mention of the rods, he just kind of tilts his head towards Arkhan, and Arkhan just kind of nods at him. And what interest do you have in those hunks of metal?
I'm just gonna turn to Buru
The metal?
to get some sort of indication of if I should say or not, kind of just like a...
I'm gonna come forward and bow my head and not look into the eyes of this 9-foot Minotaur. Excuse me, and my name is Buru, and our friend Silas here has briefly told you the intentions that we have, and we are looking for, those rods he spoke of. And we are, as you can see, mortals in hell. And, well, we're only here for one reason, and it's, to be honest, I won't lie to you, is to bring back Elturel.
Ah, so this friend is mutual with all of you? And who is it that gave you the description of Arkhan?
Oh, boy.
It seems a simple question.
She is immortal on the mortal plane.
And?
In a place called Candlekeep. We, on the mortal plane before descending into Avernus, seeked information, and on our mortal plane, Candlekeep is the utmost place you should go. And thus, as a series of events, with the information we received, we are now here and looking for those rods.
And what is her name? This Candlekeep mortal.
I have a question really quick. Can Gantash hear this conversation?
You can.
Carry on.
Silvira. Tiefling.
Actually, just out of curiosity, this is like me speaking as a DM. Did she actually?
No.
Okay. Go ahead and make a deception check.
Yeah, literally lying through my teeth.
I'll give you advantage, though. It's actually a pretty reasonable story.
Oh, something's wrong with my foundry again.
Oh, I paused the game. Or actually, the game hasn't been unpaused.
We haven't done tokens or anything. I currently am just stuck at Arkhan's tower and it's black. Doesn't even matter.
Oh, you can't even see anything?
No.
Can nobody see this image?
No.
Oh.
I didn't know there was an image to be looking at.
Shoot, it's a really cool image.
I knew that it was Arkhan's tower. Like the map loaded as Arkhan's tower.
I'm so stupid. There you go.
Hi, Diego.
Oh.
That should have been on your screen the whole time.
Ah.
Oh, damn.
Well then.
Alright, pray to the gods. Oh, my sweet.
That's with advantage?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Just roll another d20 again. That's fine.
I think we've got off on the wrong hoof, you and I. This Silvira from Candlekeep sounds interesting. And she told you that you needed these rods for what purpose?
To save Elturel.
And how might they do that?
Well, all we know is to get the rods and is to contact her through one of our spellcasters. But we've had a lot of hardships recently, and it's took us a long time to get to where we are now.
I would imagine that you know the purposes of these rods. And you didn't just go off of the word that they would do something special for you once you obtain them.
Not exactly for us. It's for the people who are stuck down here, tormented and suffering. We don't have confirmation, but in times like these, it is a hope that we hold on to. We would be willing to trade or offer our services in return if you guys do have the rods. I know we've been asking on our behalf, but if there's anything, any information you seek or things you are looking for, I mean, 5 mortals in Avernus, I'm sure we could
I mean, 4.
be of service. Sorry, 4.
An interesting story. And when he says this, by the way, to give you an update on Krull, he's basically made his way down to about the 3rd level. So he's three from the bottom.
Oh shit! Everyone's outside. You can't really hear me. I'm not just gonna like shout out like, "Oh, he's almost there." You know, like no one's like, everyone's out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense for me to update them.
I'm pretty close to the vehicle, but I don't think I'm close enough to hear you.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you do have the rods and you're willing to share some information, we would go right at this instant to send us off to wherever you need.
Oh, mercenaries. And at this, Arkhan steps forward and speaks for the first time. And he says, sorry, he's throwing my mood off of Arkhan. He's adorable. Okay. And he says, I've been in a group just like yours. So trustworthy. And yet you lie to our faces. We've only met.
Well, I'll stop you there. We know how powerful you are, but we don't know on what side of the coin you show, good or evil. All we know is that you possess something that would help us. And in return, we would offer something to help you. Now, we have a crying baby in our vehicle. We would like to hurry this up.
He's doing all right. Well, I see that you have one thing of interest. If you need the rods now, you can take them. And I won't kill you all for wasting my time.
I'm gonna bow my head.
1 second, I'm doing a little pass off. There you go. Oh. Here, I'll give this too. You made it on stream. There we go. What? Oh, this, yeah. You want my headphones?
Noise canceling headphones.
Noise canceling barf blanket.
Okay. I'm sorry, can you just repeat the last thing you said?
Probably not.
Oh, I bowed my head when he was saying like we're not wasting his time.
I see. Well, I have important things to do. And killing you may take a little longer than suspected. Or than it's worth. So I'll take him And he points at Gantash just in his trance on the car. Or you can find me something else. Pure of soul. And we'll call it an even trade.
Pure of soul. Well, the first option is a no-go. The second option we'll immediately do. Now just describe to us, what do you mean by pure soul? Or where we might find one.
How's about this? And he actually, like, peels off this, like, almost like if you could envision, like, a hangnail, but starting from his wrist.
Ew. I'm just gonna make eye contact with the Minotaur.
And he peels it up. And he just kind of, like, twists it in his fingers. And it just creates this, not very long, maybe 4-inch long, almost looks like a twisted, knotted branch. But it's clearly just the flesh off of his hand. You can use that. And you can find something. Otherwise, you can stay out of my way.
Understood. And how might we find you once we find this pure soul?
Well, I'm sure there are some in that city that just showed up. Or you can take that unicorn from the Zapper. Or you can find someone else that fits the bill.
Unicorn. Okay.
It's not my decision to make, but if you want your rods...
I do apologize. I believe I asked, where might we find you once we have it? I'm not going to waste your time. I want to do this quickly. We want to do this quickly.
You found me once, you can find me again.
Now, I'm just going to point at down the crater. Are we welcome to come back here? Will you give us your word? If you're not around, I don't want someone to assume your command or take our mortal lives without you around. Meanwhile, we do this task for you. I just want to ensure the safety because you're a powerful being and clearly have an army. We just want to get the task done and ensure our safety. As you know, there are devils and demons all over this place.
Well, I won't be making any guarantees, but an even trade is an even trade. If the next time I see you, you have what I've requested, you'll get your rods, and you'll be able to leave freely and not return. If you don't have what I've requested, then this interaction will go a lot differently.
Understood.
And I don't care that you're hiding some friend who knows who I am. This world will know much more about who I am in due time.
I have one but curiosity. Where do you stand with Zariel?
She has filled a need. She's taken the spot of the Archduke of Avernus, which frees up some time. And he puts his hand on his chest. For Tiamat. So she serves a purpose.
The Archduke? Do you mean Davius?
No.
Did she replace Davius, or I'm a little confused here? Why does she say Archduke?
The space of Archduke of Avernus is always filled.
Yeah, it used to be Bell.
Oh, of Avernus! I think you said of Eltura. I confused
No.
the shit out of that,
No.
sorry. Fills space. And who do you mean of the Archduke replacing? Now, forgive me.
I find it almost disrespectful that you know more about me than you do of Tiamat. It's a shame.
Tiamat. What? Wait, is the Archduke of Avernus? I'm okay. DM question. I'm literally confused at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You asked the previous Archduke, which is Belle, and Zariel took over. But why are you mentioning Tiamat? I actually haven't said anything about Tiamat.
I know.
And you're saying that I know more about him than Tiamat. Okay, I guess.
Mhm.
But I didn't mention Tiamat.
I know.
Oh my fucking lord.
The gears are turning, man. I can hear them.
It's a shame. But the space has been filled and she's been freed. At least her time, and in enough time remaining, she will be truly freed. So Zariel does fill a purpose. She fills a role with responsibilities and duties that must be met. If there's nothing else, I assume if you can find me, you can find a pure soul somewhere down here.
We will waste no more time. I'm gonna bow my head to both of them and grab Silas and then nod at Yoll. If there's anything else, guys, we will take our leave.
Not saying anything, getting back in the car.
And by this point, Krull is on a devil's ride.
How much time is remaining on the eye?
You've got more than enough time. You've got probably 15 minutes at least.
I'm just gonna leave it in the first floor for the remaining 15.
Okay. And you see Krull take off?
DM question.
Mhm.
The hangnail you gave me, what do I call it?
I'll let you call it whatever you want.
I'm gonna call it a twisted vine.
Sure.
Stringy flesh.
Call it whatever Buru thinks it is, because as far as you know,
Because he
it's a
twisted it.
hangnail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say as I kind of hear some commotion getting back in the vehicle, I'll just try to say in a hushed voice if possible. He is on the move.
All right, Silas, get us out of here. And I'm gonna grab one of those leftover bottles and just hold on to it because I'm stressed out now.
Okay.
Yeah, binge drinking the.
I'm not.
Lord's liquor.
I'm just sniffing it.
Where-
What if we get pulled over with an open container? We'll be screwed.
I'm gonna drive to the south. Drive to the south.
Driving to the south. Okay, let's bring you back up to. Where is it? Where the heck did I put it? There we go. Okay. Okay. So you head your way south, ripping across the landscape, and again, nothing too eventful. You do, over time, pass your way through the different, just kind of these like oily pools that are just bubbling and roiling. You can kind of weave your way through, and you leave this this scene behind you that you've spent the last little bit. I'm also going to reveal some stuff on the map for you guys. So bang, so you can at least have that marked up. Actually, that's the only thing I'm going to reveal. And you make your way south until you hit a particularly wide part of the river Styx. Looks like it's about 60 feet across.
Nothing visible barrier could get us across.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding. Is there anything else happening with Gantash's eye before I unload information, I guess?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to enter back into the tower. I'm sitting at the first floor with the eye.
Does he lose range of the eye then?
Nope.
Nope. It's
Oh,
infinite.
Fuck.
Yep.
I guess we'll...
I'll say the 15 minutes plays out, and in that duration, you see, you just see Krull come back. He comes back. There's about 3 minutes left on it, and he comes back, parks the bike, and just starts heading up by himself.
Can I follow him until I run out?
Yep, he just makes his way up, and he actually goes to specifically the sixth layer that had all the flayed hands, and you see him start to kind of tinker. He starts just looking about his implements, and you eventually just see him sit down, kind of parsing through some sort of alchemical book, and at that point your eye runs out.
I come to out of my trance. I say, Arkhan did not return to the tower. And Krull went out to meet him. They talked, and they went back about their business.
Did Krull do anything after talking to Arkhan?
He went.
Any body language, or Buru wouldn't say that, any posture to him rushing around, or...
No. He had not once shown a sense of urgency. After he returned, he went to the room that almost made me puke.
Good thing you weren't going there then.
No.
Could have.
That's...
Arkhan wanted you. And I said no.
Yeah.
Well, to explain what happened while you're concentrating on that,
I heard the conversation, despite my trance.
now I understand he wants a pure soul. That is a burden somebody will have to take on, and I actually asked Yoll not to do that. I think me or Silas would be up to the task. But I'd be going down a path I do not wish to take.
If there is a pure soul that will be sacrificed for the rods, it'll be me. I'm not letting...
No, it won't. That's stupid, and you're stupid. Shut up.
Yeah, I agree. Another thing, he's been concentrating too much on something else. Can't concentrate on himself, I guess.
That wine got to his head, yeah.
I'm not
Nice.
letting an innocent life die.
Hmm.
Did I hear him saying something about a unicorn?
Yes, the zapper. Actually, Gantash, the map. Something about a zapper and a unicorn. Where is that?
We did hear about that. I forget who had mentioned it.
You read the rune.
Oh, the rune. No, but somebody...
It's on the map. No. I actually, sorry, you might be right. I think somebody might have mentioned it to you. But
Yander. This unicorn, if you can recall, Yander mentioned, I'm guessing now we know it's a unicorn, but they are torturing it to make it kill demons. And it's not from this plane. Could be Feywild, who knows where the unicorns come from.
It'd be kind of messed up to save it only to sacrifice it, no?
We don't know that we're sacrificing it.
We do.
We either sacrifice something, or donate something, or Silas.
Well, we know why we're donating, right?
Well, we don't know. We can assume, but we don't know.
We do.
We need. Oh, I see.
Kroll said it blatantly.
You need to fix your soul. So you're gonna die anyways if we don't get the rod. So you need to figure out how your soul can be pure, and the problem will solve itself. An honor to go out like that. To be honest,
Now,
I'm kidding.
I do have to mention that we do have another path before us.
Is it becoming friends with the dragon and maybe dying? Because I'm not really interested in that conversation, but-
No, it's not what I was referring to. While that does sound enticing. We don't know where that scar is, that citadel, but we know who knows where it is. And we know where he is. Along the way to the unicorn, just past it, there's someone named Elanthius. Aramon told us when I questioned him. Elanthius can tell us where the citadel is. I know that the rods are of utmost priority, but we still need to find the citadel anyways.
Isn't the citadel guarded by a demon? Or maybe inside a demon? Something to do with the demon for sure.
Yes. But we can seek this individual out in the meantime. There's a few things that will remain certain. The rods aren't going anywhere. The angel in the companion's not going anywhere. We have time.
You guys gotta stop saying we have time.
Gantash is slightly correct, but I understand. Yoll, what you're saying. We at least need to move forward in some direction.
Besides, we can stop, see what this unicorn business is about, as it's on the way to Elanthius. So regardless, we're progressing forward.
I don't disagree with a visit to Atlantis. I do, however, disagree that we should go to the scar just now.
We don't have to go to the Scar. We
I
can
think
at
we're a
least...
little underqualified for that at the moment. That's all.
So
But Atlantis is a good idea.
Gantash, let me get this straight. You're not willing to sacrifice an innocent human life, but this unicorn is innocent as well.
Don't fucking talk him out of it.
I just remember a conversation with Nunu about getting soul coins through animals.
My sacrifice would not be in vain. It would
I'm
be
not
to-
saying you should be sacrificed.
Actually, you won't be sacrificed. And that's that.
Yeah, we're not going to let that happen. We need you, Gantash. I mean, I'm sure you want to talk to the angel inside the companion.
Yeah, so what's the point of sacrificing yourself for a lesser good when we're looking for the greater good?
My needs do not come before the people of Elturel. Besides the point, I'm not doing anything now. I'm suggesting we go to Atlantis. But I will not sacrifice an Elturelian life for the rods. The only life that I would be willing to sacrifice is my own.
Or the life of a unicorn.
No, I didn't say that either. I said we can go look at the unicorn. Maybe even save it. Maybe even...
Not a fucking zoo, Gantash. It's hell.
This thing is not from this plane. It means it holds some sort of power. It can be helpful. A unicorn is not an evil creature. Why do you think Arkhan wants it? It's pure. And if it's pure...
Who said it was an evil creature?
You're making it sound like you don't want to rescue an, air quotes, evil creature.
Well, there's repercussions to removing that unicorn. The demons would probably take over, and the devils will...
And how do you know that for certain?
Well, it's... You know, we hear it every day, every hour. Like, no, there's no flies that present in this world. We hear that thing going off, as it is definitely being used over and over again. As it may be suffering, yes, but at the same time, there are Elturelians being hunted for game.
I'm a little bit lost at what you're trying to say.
We go save a unicorn that's... If we go save the unicorn, there are repercussions to it. The demons would probably take over in that area. If the devils are using the unicorn to kill demons, they will lose that capability. It's just something to think of. Let alone the devils will be protecting this unicorn from escape. Hell, we've gone down to Elturel and down to Elturel to into the sands of Avernus. How hard could it be to go back up?
I think you truly underestimate the power of devils if you think they'll be overrun if we remove a unicorn. It's besides the point. I'm not suggesting it's pertinent we save it. I'm saying it's an option to have an ally that can help us on this plane.
Okay. We get no pure soul then. Then what do we do?
We go to Atlantis.
Alright, I guess we rest up and go to Atlantis and maybe find more information and maybe potentially give us more options. I think that's the idea. Do we agree?
Do we want to get our other vehicle back?
Oof. I'm sure they won't mind.
Maybe not.
Well,
Maybe it's
are
not a
we
good idea.
parking in their parking lot?
Well, we parked it up the hill. No.
Well, let's go be responsible, I guess. Can't just leave 1,600 gold lying there. Turn us back around.
We want to do that. That was kind of like a joke.
Sure, Silas, if I die here, the children that I take care of will not receive those things, but I didn't do all those things in the past just to leave it and have it be fondled by the devils and whatever. Let's go back. If people disagree, then fine. Give me a reason.
I do not disagree.
Start driving back. See if I can see it before I get too close to the. See if it's still there.
Okay. So I'll say that you're able to drive your way out there, make your way back. You probably only took about a half an hour to get down to where you were at. Half an hour back, and you can see your tormentor or your scavenger holding onto a tormentor right where you parked it, right at the edge of that crater. Rather down the hill a little bit, but near the edge.
Or wait, that was your guys' vehicle, right? Or is this one your guys' vehicle?
They're all our vehicles.
I know, but who was driving it before? Or whatever, it doesn't matter. Well, it looks like it's still here.
I'll follow you, and I'm just going to get out and get in the other car.
Okay. On brief inspection, you do see your stash still intact, sitting there.
I'm gonna get out
I'll
as well.
join Yoll's vehicular.
Is it? We have 3 vehicles total, right? That are running.
Yes, one of them is being towed by the scavenger.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll I guess pick up whatever was from my stash. Do I notice anything's missing?
It's exactly as you left it,
Alright, cool.
untouched.
I'll just hop back in the vehicle Silas was in.
Okay.
It's Gantash left.
Are you taking your stuff back or just leaving it there?
I'm taking it back.
Okay, so go ahead and re-add that into your, if you haven't already, or if you didn't actually remove it.
Gold amount, which one?
I'll grab my stuff too.
Okay.
I'll just say I grab my stuff.
I'll say if you guys all want to just put your stuff back into your inventory, feel free to do so.
I don't think I left anything in the car, because all of my Tiamat money I gave away in Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just ask
I'm in the
Gantash.
driver's seat of the scavenger.
Silas, do you know where Lanthius is? Do you remember what Gantash said? You might want to talk to Yoll before we leave.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'll say to Gantash, I don't know where we're going, but you do. I'll follow you. And if we need to take a shortcut across the river Styx, I have an idea.
We do.
All right. Remember, Silas, how we talked about.
Right, concentration halfway over. Okay.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Okay, so are you guys taking off?
Yep. I'm following Yoll's vehicle.
And Gantash, where are you going then? or sorry, who's driving out of Gantash? And
I think it's Yoll.
Yoll.
I'm
driving the scavenger, but I thought, okay, so Gantash is in the scavenger.
yes.
Understood.
Where you headed, buddy?
I guess back south towards the river.
Okay.
Because I have a vague knowledge of roughly where we need to go. And I know we're going to see Atlantis, so we go south. I know it's that way.
Okay. Okay. So you guys make your way down, and doesn't take very long for you to get to the river's edge, which at this point you can see it's still fairly wide. It's a fluctuating width of somewhere between 60 to 50 feet.
And I will gonna cast. This is gonna be difficult because it's invisible.
Uh-huh.
But you know where you put it.
I do.
So if you go first because you know where you put it, I'll follow you.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Wall of Force.
Okay.
I'm gonna make kind of like a little bridge, not too arced, but a bridge.
Okay. You don't need to arc it because it doesn't need the structural soundness of an arc.
Okay.
But,
And I'm going to put 4 concrete pistons in through the river for support.
I'm gonna anchor it. And okay.
Suspension cables, etc.
Just trying to see. Oh, horizontal or vertical. Okay. Yeah. You can do it. So 10 foot wide. That's not a problem for you guys to get across. Though the demon grinder is kind of kissing up on that edge.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go slow since I know where the wall roughly is.
Oh, you're driving the demon grinder. Okay, so you know exactly where it is.
Okay. Gonna go and be like, follow close behind. Don't veer.
I will follow.
Can I
close
drive
behind
and
not veer?
Trade at the same time?
Yes.
You can
Okay.
fight and concentrate. Like you can cast spells and
okay,
concentrate
okay.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you fall in. DM rule. Okay, so you guys are able to make it across no problem. You make it to the other side, and already, as soon as you cross over, you can already see just the faint signs of more liveliness of this side of the river. No black tar pits. You just see kind of that endless landscape and just little bits of movement in the distance, something you were more used to about a day ago as you were traveling through the rest of the map.
Can't tell if that's comforting or not. Probably not.
We'll see.
Do we see this bridge?
What's that?
Do we see this bridge?
Not right now.
No.
What do we see from the other side of the river?
Right now, you don't see a whole lot. It is it's kind of like a mimic of the other side without those black tar pits, where it's just kind of dead open landscape with just a few things moving in the distance.
Well, with a general point of reference and the ability to make vague assumptions as to roughly where we are, I think it's best to just continue to go south until we see something valuable.
Okay.
In terms of information, not money.
Okay. All right. So, where though, if you had like a spot in mind, where are you headed? I can see your mouse, so you go ahead and tell me basically where you're headed.
I mean, here, I guess.
So just down.
Like just south until like I don't know if we'll even see this cat. Like it's an ever warping landscape, right? So like maybe this chasm doesn't even exist half the time. Maybe it's underwater. Maybe it's upside down. Maybe
You just generally.
Bubblegum. Like
I
as a player know that I want to go down here.
Right.
Yeah, I'll because I have the map. I'm assuming once we cross the river Styx, I'm gonna kind of bring out my map and get beside Yoll. I'm gonna point that supposedly Atlantheus is in this area over here.
Yeah, and the unicorn situation is up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see Gantash. This rune right here literally says Zapper.
Yeah. What does that rune
This
say?
rune literally says unicorn.
Sorry, which one? That one says Grave.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so you guys head south. And I will say, if I can just get 2 d6s, one from each driver of the vehicles.
Whoa, Yoll.
Yo.
Very nice. Oh.
Okay. So approximately an hour goes by, and you can start seeing in the distance that there is definitely some sort of chasm that's been carved out of the landscape. You can also see, aptly as the map portrays, that there is a slim structure carrying on across the chasm, pretty much in front of you. Like, it's a little bit off to the side, but it's basically in front of you from where you're at. And as you make your way up, you can actually see in the ground, there are little patches of this silvery liquid that you imagine is just from the river Styx somehow. You make your way further forward, and you come up to the cliff's edge of this just absolutely gigantic pit. It's like, if you could imagine, like the Grand Canyon, but when you look inside, and there are little rock pillars sticking out of it, when you look inside, though, there is this green sludge, like a moss, like what you'd see in a swamp, basically, mixed with some sort of like thickener. It's just this thick sludge. I had to get that look out of you. Appreciate that. And a bridge.
Cornstarch slurry.
Yes.
And a bridge. Fantastic. I love bridges.
Yeah. The opposite side. So let's say that the bridge is about 50 feet to your right. And the chasm itself is, let's call it about 50 feet in front of you as you approach. On the other side of this bridge that you approximate to be about 400 feet across, you can actually see that there is some sort of like thrown together infernal iron built crane structure, and it's another 500 feet across. So there's you 50 feet in front, and then 500 feet to the left across this chasm, there is this strange looking crane fixture on the other side.
Is there anyone like near it? Are there like devils hanging out? Operational? Is the bridge guarded?
Give me a perception check really quick.
I would love to. Shit.
So you can see that it's pretty tough to see, but you can actually see that there's this kind of like crane structure that's leaning over. You realize that the end piece of the crane looks kind of empty, but then you see there's actually a line coming from it, and you kind of look down into the pit, and you can see that it's actually attached to a cage, and you can see something inside of the cage as it floats just barely above this green sludge.
Oh, fuck. Am I able to identify what's in the cage or no?
On a 13, you can't see exactly what it is. You can see the top of the cage is like kind of a, it's not barred on top. It's like a flat piece of iron. So you can't see exactly what it is. You can just see on the sides there are bars.
Can I tell if it's like even humanoid or like I can't?
You just can't see inside of it. Like it's literally got a flat top on top, so you can't see from your perspective. And as you kind of sit there taking it in, you see it actually dips into the goo. The line lowers and the cage just dips into the goo. And it sits there for maybe 10 seconds and then pulls back up, floating about 10 feet above.
Do we hear any sound coming from the cage when it goes in or when it comes out?
No.
I want to get a closer look at what's in this cage, which I guess means getting a closer look at the crane that's putting whatever it is in the cage, in the gunk.
Okay. And how would you like to do that? Or are you saying that out loud to your...
I am saying that out loud to my
Okay.
cohorts. Has anyone seen a machine like this before?
Can't say I have.
Not me.
Seems like a torture device.
Yeah, there's no way I
But
would
what
know.
even is that down there?
Looks like a pool of relish.
With a light sprinkling of the river.
Are we parked right now? Are we driving? What's the...
I mean, it wasn't
I think
stated.
we came up to the edge of the... I had assumed that we had come up to the edge of this chasm and we had
Looked over.
parked. Pulled over, yes.
Do you describe how it smells?
Like garbage day.
It smells like kind of like swampy. Like there's now keep in mind that this pit goes down quite far. But you can still catch a whiff and it just smells really swampy and like farty. Like there's like a sulfur kind of smell.
Nice. What if in this cage is the demon that Silas most recently summoned? Like, you know how the first one we found in Ragadraga's car? This one is
We're
now
gonna
just
let
one
him
in
deal
this
with it.
cage.
Well, it seems like... Oh, sorry. Well, it seems like someone's already dealing with it.
Well, we don't know what it is the problem. Whatever or whoever is in that cage, I have to assume is having a bad time. And normally I'd say if you get yourself in that situation, you deserve it, but we are in Avernus, so I'm not so sure.
Are you saying we help this person?
I'm saying I'd love to figure out what the hell is going on. There's a massive crane that's dunking whatever that is into the whatever that is, and no one's operating the crane.
Maybe that's what happens when you sign a contract.
Ask literally any one of you. I wouldn't know.
I'm not there yet. And I got 3 of them.
You say that like you're bragging about it. You know that's bad,
At
right?
this point, I might as well brag about it. Well, let's go take a look. What's stopping us?
Well, that's what I said 3 minutes ago, and no one said anything.
I know. I'm curious now, too. It's on the way, right?
The crane is on the other side of the chasm, on the other
Yes.
side of the bridge.
We're going to the other side of the chasm.
Yes, absolutely we are.
Go take a look.
Great. What a great idea. Wish I
Thank
had.
you. I'll follow you.
I will approach the bridge.
Okay. So I mean, it looks structurally sound. Do you want to cross it?
It is this bridge. Yes?
As far as you can tell.
As far as we can tell. So is there this little Steppenmahuzi up here on the right?
No. That direction is just totally wide open. But this pit carries off into the distance as far as you can see, both directions.
Let's remember this place. I have a feeling we're going to find ourselves back here. And then I'm going to roll onto the bridge.
Okay.
Like that.
The devil's ride.
All of you.
Laughs like Mr. Krabs.
All of you, like a knock at the door when you get on the bridge, like a knock at the door, you feel something trying to speak to you telepathically. It's just this like strange, like almost physical, like prying sensation in your brain. Like it's asking to be let in to communicate with you.
No, thank you.
Okay. So you carry on?
I would like to.
Yeah. All of you feel this.
Can I mentally attempt to resist?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say hello with
Okay.
Gargoth in the
I'm gonna
background.
listen too.
You're gonna listen to? Okay.
Why not? That's the worst that could happen.
Oh
Where
my
do I start?
god, bro, I'm triggered.
So you hear in your head, you hear just this like super crazed sounding voice that just goes, "Oh, thank you. Oh, where did you come from? Answer me."
Across the river?
Oh, a river. It sounds nice.
No, river Styx. Not that nice.
The river's a river. Oh. And, what keeps you on my bridge?
Excuse me?
You should stay on the bridge.
Stay on the bridge.
Just
Why?
talk.
No, we are gonna cross, and then we can talk.
No. There's no talk. And then there's like just a silence. Oh, what brings you to my bridge? Where did you come from? Hello?
Where are you?
I'm here. Under the bridge.
Oh, okay. No.
I can see you with 1,000 eyes, of 1,000,000 eyes.
The 1,000 eyes of 1,000,000 eyes.
Where did you come from?
I think we've been over that.
We're just passing a bridge, and we'll be gone shortly.
No. Stay. You should stay on the bridge. Help me get revenge for this. And then there's just like a pause. And then with renewed enthusiasm, "Oh, welcome to my bridge. Where did you come from?"
Okay, I thought we're gonna go over
No. Stay. Do you guys just carry on?
I'm gonna tell the group to carry on, but
I think realistically, Gantash and I probably did carry on because we both are ignoring the whatever's going on.
Yeah, that's fine.
so we drove over, right?
Yeah, so if you make your way to the other side, you just cease to hear it anymore.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell Silas to drive over, and then I'm gonna get out, and then stand on it.
Sorry, say that again.
So the bridge. Okay, I'm so confused.
Uh-huh.
This bridge is over the river Styx, or is this like?
No,
It's
it's
over
over
this
this weird pit of green goo.
Oh right. I'm gonna put 1 foot on the bridge and 1 foot on the other side of the ground.
Okay.
So I'm still technically on it.
So you get off the vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
So-
say I'm still here after that transpires.
Oh. Then you can help? You should help me.
Okay. What do you need help with?
Revenge.
What happened? Be quick. I don't
Bell,
have time for this.
he put me down here. Well, I was once great. And then you just hear this pause. Go! You stay on the bridge. Where did you come from?
Tell me about Bell. What did he do to you?
Bell. Oh, he betrayed me. I was good to him. I just needed some extra soul coins, and he turned me into this filth. And I've been stuck here for hundreds of years. I'll have to get revenge. No! And then he just resets again.
And what can you do for me?
You, where did you come from?
If you get revenge, what can I do? What can you do for me?
Just, I will, I can, tell you whatever you need to know.
I want to talk to Gargoth
Okay.
and ask him, what the fuck am I talking to?
By the sounds of things, you're talking to the slime itself. There is no end to the torturous methods of devils. I happen to know this one. This is Shumrath. He betrayed Bel, and Bel turned him into an endless pit of this filth.
Do you know what he did?
By the sounds of it, he stole something. Could just be the soul coins he's talking about. I'm sure that would be enough for Bel.
It's probably not worth our time. Unless we seek information, I guess.
Likely.
I mean, he's not going anywhere, right?
Well, I knew him as a pit fiend hundreds of years ago.
Shumra?
Shumrath. And I know when he was put down there, he was a pit fiend. But enough time and enough exposure to the implements of Bel might just turn you into an endless pit of green sludge.
Do you think he's worth our time?
He's certainly not worth mine. I have a date with a pool of lava.
Not a pool of slime. I got it. Okay. I'm gonna talk to him one last time.
Okay. And he's just kind of rambling about keeping you on the bridge again.
Shroomwrath.
Yeah, that's me.
How can I undo what's done to you?
Killing Bell has got.
Okay, how do I kill Bell? Quickly, Shroomwrath, remember yourself.
With your weapons. Weapons will do it.
Be specific.
He cut his head off. Stab him in the chest.
Okay. Goodbye, Shroomwrath.
No, you should stay on the bridge.
One last thing. You can ask me one last thing and make it count, Shroomwrath. I have no time for this.
You should kill Bell for me.
Oh my god.
Buru. Gantash and Yoll are... I'm losing sight of them.
I'm sure we would. Let's
You would have stopped?
assume that we stopped when you guys stopped
Okay.
on the other side of the bridge. We just said, fuck you guys.
I just assumed... You didn't notice.
A pit fiend that I can ask questions. The fuck would you ask him? I'll
Nothing.
try.
He doesn't phone no fucking nothing.
Shroomwrath. Do you know of the companion?
I was companions with Bell. You should kill him for me. Just to get the revenge. Just stay on the bridge and we can talk about this.
I am on the bridge. I'm staying on the bridge, but I need you to give me valuable information, Shroomwrath.
He thought I turned his back on him. You could kill him with your weapons.
I'm gonna do something a little fucked up.
Okay.
Can the group see me?
Sure, if they stopped.
Yeah.
But you're just out in the open.
Can I inconspicuously try and hide something? I'm gonna drop something into the pit.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Would it be against passive perception, or would we?
Ooh.
Try.
Yeah, it's against passive, and I would say that meets it beats if it's 20.
I missed 20.
Yeah. So you can. You're slick, dude. Your big Minotaur hands.
I'm gonna drop a soul coin in there. Secretly.
Okay. So you kind of turn your back. You pick up a soul coin. It starts screaming in your head. By the way, as you just hear this wallowing, and you just kind of slip it down the front of you, and you body block for it dropping into the pit. And you see it fall, and you just kind of stand over the edge. You watch, and it just hits the top of the sludge, and then it just slowly sinks into it. And you just
Hit fiend, not a wishing well.
she goes, "Oh, such torment. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, that sounds so good. What a relief." And he's just humming to himself. And that's what you get until it breaks. And then it just resets again. Oh, God,
How big is the pit?
You can't see the end of it. It's 400 feet across, and you can't see the ends lengthwise.
Am I able to go down to the edge?
Oh, you mean how deep is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like 1,000 feet deep.
Okay, what?
I guess I should have been more explicit about that.
Okay. Well, Shumrath, maybe I'll come back for you. My name is Buru.
Buru.
Buru, repeat that to yourself. Maybe I'll help.
But just don't leave unless you're going to kill Bell. Is that what you're going to do?
Maybe I want to, but
Get revenge
who knows?
for Shumrath.
Fucking goddamn! What a waste of soul coin. I'm gonna take my foot off.
Okay.
I don't know what you were expecting.
I thought it would help him from like not having short-term memory,
Okay.
but Buru actually does not care about those soul coins.
Okay.
I don't think he really knows or understands. All right, I'm gonna hop in the vehicle.
Okay.
God.
Oh,
I mean-
Pit of Shumrath.
Yeah.
It's a pretty literal interpretation of what that is.
Yeah. What is this pit of? It is a pit of Shumrath.
You done, Buru?
I think he's done.
Whoa.
That was like an ultimate Rubik's Cube right there. You got him. In the pit of madness, Frank.
Wait, he fell in?
No. No. I just mean the problem solving. The problem solving.
Okay. So, Yoll, you were kind of in the lead of the two vehicles, so I'll leave it up to you where you're headed.
Well, what do I see from this side? Like, you said the bridge is quite long.
It's
Do I
400
see
feet.
anything particularly interesting from this side of the chasm?
From this
Like
side,
general southern direction?
you mean like into the landscape? So from over here, you can see much closer. There are very clearly packs of devils wandering the landscape. You don't see anything on vehicles, but you see that the landscape is starting to shape into a little bit more mountainous, maybe not mountains, let's call it like hilly. You can see some more interesting, you can just see more interesting landscape than just like a wide open desert. It's clearly off in the distance a bit, but you see packs of clearly devils wandering the landscape on this side.
And this crane is where?
It's right up on the edge of the pit, 500 feet to the east.
To the east.
Yeah,
So, like, somewhere over here.
correct.
I want to go look at the crane.
Sure. So you make your way over.
But I'm gonna ask
Sure.
Gantash first.
Sure.
Ask me what? If we're gonna... If we should go?
Do you mind if we go look at this crane? I think it might be moving by itself.
I don't mind.
Good enough for me. I'm going.
Okay. So you make your way up to the crane. You can see that it is, it's clearly been built and lodged inside of the landscape here off to the, just leaning over. And it looks like the arm of the crane is actually not intended to move at all. It's all solidly bolted together. And the first thing you notice when you get up to the crane, just laying on the ground, there's like a piece of leather wrap that is surrounding and wrapped around these three tools that lay on the ground. There's a pickaxe, a shovel, and a crowbar, just wrapped. And they are some sort of black steel, these things, though the shovel and the pickaxe do have these like oak handles.
They're not.
Sorry?
They're not like abyssal iron or whatever it is those chains are made of.
It could be. The metal is definitely black, which is reminiscent of that. It doesn't have any like spurs or spikes sticking out of them.
Does it have that like weird oil that's all over all the rest of it?
It does not.
I'd like to take the tools.
Sure.
And the wrapping.
Okay. And they were all kind of neatly wrapped up in there. And like if you were to open it up, they would just kind of each have their own little leather slots that they slot into, and you can wrap it back up. Okay, so already though, I will say also just standing on the ground, you can't help but notice that there's not necessarily like an operating station, like a seat or anything like that. There's just kind of a panel that is fully accessible right out in the open at your height that just has a lever that is just ticking up. And then after about 10-15 seconds, it ticks down. And this is going in sync with the raising and lowering of the line.
And when the lever is up, is it all the way up, or can it go more up? Can it be upper?
So I guess so when the lever goes up, the line goes down, and vice versa.
Okay, then
it goes all the way up, but it does not go all the way down.
Okay, I would like to try and push it all the way down.
Sure,
Or
give me a
pull it
strength
all the
check.
way down, or fucking chuck it all the way down.
Give me a strength check on that.
16.
Okay, so you are able to get your back into it. You get some good leverage with like a leg underneath part of the structure. You're able to pull it back, and it very slowly starts crawling its way up. You can see there's probably a good 2 inches that you're unable to quite pull it back all the way.
I want to find out what the fuck is in this cage.
Yep. And the line is slowly pulling up. And as it ticks, you wait, minutes go by if you're not doing
I guess it
anything
is
else.
traveling like a kilometer.
Yeah, it's going quite far. So minutes tick by. If you don't change your course of action, it just slowly pulls its way up. And you can see the bottom of the cage is like encrusted with this like green kind of goo.
With Shumrath.
With Shumrath. And there is something lying inside of the cage. The best way I can describe it is it looks like what you would typically envision like a sci-fi alien to look like. It's got like a big teal head, rounded and bald to the back, big orange bug eyes, and it is wearing some pretty almost like desert clothes with a long purple cloak, and he's just laying in the bottom of the cage.
This is a species I recognize.
Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Oh boy. 9.
9? You have no idea what you're looking at. This thing is super weird.
How far is the car from the cage?
The car, that's up to you. If you wanted to park it close, that's up to you.
I mean, I would have pulled it up relatively close.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you say... one sec. 90 feet close?
Sure.
Okay,
Let's see why not.
I'm gonna try to mind link with this creature.
Okay. And you get just kind of like a blank spot.
Dial tone.
Yeah.
I'll just... Hello?
And it's like, I mean, in all your time being able to speak telepathically, it's like you've spoken to people that are knocked out before, and that's what this is like.
Just give him the hand of Torm like this.
I'll go back up to the car and ask Gantash, have you ever seen anything like this before?
I'll kind of have a look after my communication attempt. Do I recognize such a creature?
Sure. Give me a nature check.
I take a look too.
19.
19.
Okay.
Okay. You take a peek at this thing. You get up close. In all your studies, this is certainly, no pun intended, but like one of the most alien things you've ever seen. Let me pull this up for you, just to give you as... Oopsie daisies. Sorry, I had it right in front of me, and then I dropped it, and now I have to go get it again.
You didn't
This
expect
is-
anyone to get it.
This is a type of fiend that is neither demon nor devil. You don't know what it's called, but you know that there does exist different types of fiends that are not demons or devils, and this is one of them.
Well, Yoll,
Oh, he's human.
I'm not entirely sure, but if you could believe it, it's a fiend that's not a devil or a demon.
Does that mean anything to Yoll? Like, presumably Yoll knows what a fiend is.
I'm literally waiting for Ethan to come to the Discord right now.
Doubtful.
It's like you, don't joke.
Like, is there, Yoll's from the world of wacky and inflatable beasts or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Chult. What, like, is it totally foreign to him, the possibility even of a non-devil nor demon fiend? Obviously, fiends are not from the mortal plane, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, all of you are aware that there are multiple lower planes and multiple higher planes, and it's totally feasible that there's just another plane that contains fiends.
I don't recognize it, right? I also come from Schult, but I was like a slave.
Well,
No.
it's clearly not from the mortal plane.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, reset the lever and fuck off.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do I see this happening?
Oh wait, I'd like to attempt something as he's reaching for the lever.
Sure. Chromatic orb.
Can I get within 30 feet?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy, and I'm
Okay.
gonna make the cage shake.
Oh god.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, just rattle it a little bit, right? You're not gonna try to piss it
Try to
off.
rattle
Harmless
the cage, that's all.
tremors.
Harmless tremor. Okay. And when you shake it, you actually do see it start to stir a little bit. You just kind of see its hand open, and it just kind of jerks quickly, and head raises up a little bit, and then kind of fades back down.
I guess
And,
after I see it move, I'll stop doing the thing I'm doing.
During the stir, I'll try to mind link again. Hey, wake up!
And then, I mean, the eyes look open the whole time, but you just hear in your head, "Who's there? Who is out there?"
You see us?
I've been blinded. I don't see you, but I hear you.
What are you?
I'm, wait, who's asking?
A mortal.
Funny. Who's asking, really?
I'm not lying to you. There's a group of us here.
Let me see. And each one of you just hears this kind of like go through your head. Goes, okay. My name is Bazit. And are you here to free me?
Not sure what we're here to do.
Well, freeing me is an option.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Where are you from, Bazit? I'm Gantash.
Gantash. I'm from Hades.
And I'll kind of just like lean over to Yoll and just in a hushed tone. That's Bazit from Hades. And I'll keep the conversation going in his head. How did you end up here?
And he just goes, "You don't have to do that." And then he just starts talking to all of you without your permission. Like in your heads. He's still laying down, by the way. Like he, from all perspectives, he's just as passed out as he was. So you asked, how did you get here?
Yeah.
Well, we take part in the blood war. We don't really choose sides. They get chosen for us. And, well, apparently I got put on the wrong side.
You're supposed to be part of the devils.
Unfortunately, I was part of the demons, and the devils, well, they won that fight.
So you're a mercenary in the Blood War?
We kind of all are. The Yugoloths, anyways.
Who, the what?
Yugoloth, you know how you're a Tortle?
Heard of it?
Yeah. Kind of like that. Except for there's all kinds of different ones of us.
Yugoloth.
How long have you been here?
I honestly don't know. Probably a while.
Well, you just... What happens when you get dipped in the thing?
Oh, into Shumrath? Well, the first time it made me blind.
Oh my god.
And other than that, it's kind of like being forced to hold your breath every 20 seconds without rest.
And so what happens if we free you? Where do you go?
Well,
You can't see.
right. Oh, I'm sure it'll fade in no time. These things happen, right?
I don't know. I'm immortal.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, how's about this? If you free me, I can make you some helpers out of Shumrath's goo, and you can just use them however you want. And then we'll go our separate ways. And, I will hopefully not fall back in.
I just look to Yoll without saying anything.
That sounds gross to you, right?
What do these
Turn
helpers
around in my
look
seat,
like?
shout to the other car. Does that sound gross to you guys?
That's literally the noise I'm gonna make.
Um,
I'm gonna need more details than helpers, than goo helpers.
well, I got pretty good at, after being dipped enough times at turning that goo into my own little homunculus. And I can show you how to make them. You can make it into whatever you want. I can't really offer you much else, unfortunately. Unless you want to talk to Shumrath yourself. That might have been the worst part of this whole thing, to be honest.
No, we don't want to talk to Shumrath. Thank you.
I bet he wants to talk to you, though.
I know he does.
Do you know who Bell is?
Nope.
Oh, he'll tell you all about him. At
I
least
bet.
whatever he can get out in 30 seconds. So what do you say? Just a quick swap?
I'll go over to the controls and see if there's some sort of relatively intuitive way to get the cage over here.
Yeah, I mean, it does lift up not that far. Like, it's only about maybe 10 feet away from the edge of the cliff. So in theory, if you just gave it enough slack and pulled it in, like the rope does, it slacks. It's not like a metal bar or anything like that.
Oh, so it's right. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize how close to the edge of the.
Yeah, it's like 10 feet off.
was. Okay, then yeah, I'll I'll try and pull him out.
Okay. So now, to be clear, you're going to need some teamwork on this one, because if you let go of that wench, it's going to just drop him back in.
Well,
I'll come over and help fiddle with him.
Okay. I appreciate it. The latch is over here, and he points to the it's basically like the side that was furthest away from the cliff. So if you drag it in, I'll say you've got about 3-4 feet of clearance to get on that side to see the latch on it, which it is very clearly locked.
Or like the latch to the cage?
Yeah.
I can break it if no one has a better idea.
I don't have a better idea. I woke him up. That was my idea. It's about as far as I got.
Breaking works for me, and I will try to break the lock.
Okay. Go ahead and just roll to hit.
With my weapon.
Yep. Or whatever you want to hit it with. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, that'll hit. Roll some damage for me. God damn, that's a big one. Okay. So you get a pretty good clang against it. Doesn't quite go.
Multi-attack?
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to. You could just kind of hit it over and over. I'll say, kind of at this rate, I'll say that you get enough clangs into it. You hit it like 7 times, and it finally like chips away to the point where it just squeaks open, and you just see this creature just kind of stand up. It's very humanoid looking. In fact, I'll drag you in a token for him. Yep. And I'll drag you guys. I see all the freaking mice swarm to him.
I scrolled all the way in.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a mouth.
No. He's been speaking to you in your heads.
I know. I didn't realize it was because he had to.
He's kind of jacked, bro.
I was also gonna say that.
He's shredding
Fucking
spaghetti.
Ugolots, they got a
fucking
strict like push-pull workout system going on, bro. They fucking.
And so he just goes, "Oh, I heard that door," and he like makes his way over to the door. He like kind of crawls his way out a little bit, and then he pats the ground and he feels the edge of the cliff. Just crawls around, just following the cage. Gets to the backside of the cage and just raises his back up the back of the cage with his hands out, gripping the bars from the outside. Oh man, he's annoying. Well, a deal's a deal. And he just starts like scraping up a bunch of the goo from the bottom of the cage. And he just kind of like pats it onto the ground, almost like molding like clay, like for like pottery. And he just scrapes more. He says, "There's 4 of you, right?" And so he just makes these 4 just piles of this goo. Any preferences? What they should look like?
Yes. Mine look like the Hand of Torm.
You just want like a big living Hand of Torm with feet?
Absolutely.
Okay. And he starts just shaping it. He makes these like little gangly legs, and he carves in the fingers with his hands. Anyone else? Otherwise, I'm just gonna make them into basically like flying rats.
Oh.
Could you make mine look like a small demon? You know.
I mean, they kind of come out that way anyways, but sure. And he starts forming it up. He kind of puts some extra details to make the wings look a little bit more fierce looking, and he puts these like pointed ears to yours.
How about a flying elephant?
Flying elf. Okay, and he actually like scoops up like some more, and he just like pats it together, and he like builds out these wings. The wings are kind of like butterfly wings, and he builds this trunk. The trunk's kind of twisted and like knotted and bent, and he makes it up, gives it these like thick little legs. Last one.
Do you know what a cat looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who does it? Do you not?
No, I don't know where you're from, look, buddy. Okay. I don't know if you know.
Hades. Didn't he say?
Hades.
If they have cats in Hades, I have no idea. I want a cat, and I want it to sit on my shoulder.
Okay, and he just melts it together. He gives each of yours wings, by the way, including the hand. And then he just kind of, you see him like start moving his hands together, and he kind of goes into this trance, and he's just like rubbing his hands together, and you just hear this buzzing, like this, like his voice just kind of buzzing in your head, and then you see these just piles of sludge just start to kind of form together, and each one of you in very similar voices just hears this this like really you just hear this each one of you at the same time, but different creatures. Ready to serve. And then they just, each one of them just kind of like hobbles their fucking way over to you guys. It just stands at their feet. They each have eyes. So Gantash, yours, the middle finger, just has 2 eyes planted into the middle of it. It cocks the finger back and looks up. The cat just still like, it looks like a cat kind of with these wings, but it's like kind of like hobbling as though one of its legs is broken. And then, the rest of you basically get what you asked for, and that's what you have. And they also speak telepathically to you.
And they have lisps telepathically.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna telepathically talk to Gargon. Hey, look.
Cute.
I'll say,
Keep you company.
just kind of out loud. Truly wonder what Torm's thinking right now. As I just like look down at my, at my
And it just like these wings just sprout out of the back of the hand. It just flies up to you. It just flies in front of you with its finger cocked back so it can look at you.
Oh, Torm, I truly apologize.
Ready to serve.
Oh no.
Ooh.
What are we supposed to do with these again?
They are your telepathic pets that will do whatever you want.
Okay, great.
And they all fly. Here's your stat blocks. Yeah.
Wait, where?
I'll send this in. I'm just going to put it in D&D links.
Ah, the homunculi.
Oh,
What? Oh.
I will add in addition to this is going to operate kind of like a ranger with like a Beastmaster ranger. Basically, you can no action required, no bonus action required. You can just telepathically, if you want it to do something, even if you're in combat, you can have it do that thing.
Speed 20. Fly 40.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you like them?
Can't speak, eh? But I can speak telepath.
Well, I like them about as far as I can throw them.
Well, they fly, so technically that's infinite.
And I love them infinitely.
I'm so glad.
I can hear the enthusiasm in your voice.
Well, if I'm being honest, I'm mostly just not looking forward to going back to doing whatever I go back to doing.
We literally just freed you.
I'm being tortured.
I know.
It's like an episode of The Office or something like that, bro.
Cage is still open if you want it.
No. They're just gonna make me fight as soon as I'm not blind anymore. So, there's that.
You may be the most reasonable fiend we've come across so far.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
No, it's great. It's great. We don't have to sign our life away or anything, you know?
Yeah. Hey,
No.
okay.
Okay.
And he just kind of like starts, well, I'll see you then. And he just kind of like puts his arms out and starts like walking just into the openness.
Not towards the pit.
No.
Okay. That's good.
Bye.
Are you sure?
Sure of what?
Oh, you
Yes.
do, I thought.
No.
Oh.
It's not a contract, is it?
No, I just thought maybe I could. You could be my eyes for a little bit. We could hang.
Oh my god, we're literally letting a blind alien walk around.
We could hang. You
she
just
doesn't
were.
That is a good one. I'll give you that.
He seems harmless.
Well, he's not going in our car.
Yeah, he's harmless. That's the problem.
If you want him so bad, Silas, you take him in your car.
All right.
You can ride
Buru?
with them, and I'm just gonna get back in the scavenger.
Yeah, me too.
Buru, will you lead him to the car?
What was your name again?
Bazit.
Bazit? How old are you, Bazit?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Oh, please do. There's a lot of things I don't believe, but anything's possible.
I'm 408.
Okay, I'll help you. You seem pretty old. And I will help him like he's the elderly, as far as I can understand.
He's also blind.
He just goes, you know, I'm walking like this because I'm blind. I'm technically like a teenager by comparison.
How about... do I want to arm this guy?
No, he's blind.
No. How about I give you something to help walk, yeah?
Okay.
But friends, right? You're not going to do anything weird or kill us or get inside our heads?
It's already in there.
No. I thought the gift giving thing was a sign of that.
You never know. I'm going to hand him a trident to walk with.
Okay. And he just takes it and holds it out, walks forward.
But I'm also going to help him to the vehicle. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Never thought I would do this in this game.
Yeah, just tell me where you put him.
Just one of the passenger seats.
Okay.
All right, Bazit, just relax, and if you're in danger, you'll know. But you're along for the ride, yeah? Until your eyes are back or something, or what?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
You know, if there's anything else you could do, skills or talents or whatever, feel free to tell us, because it would help.
Yeah, I've got a few things I could...
Just don't be shy.
Oh, I won't. And you can see him just sit, like, doesn't even put his back against the chair, and you can just see him just kind of like wiggling his fingers, a couple of sparks flying off the ends of his fingers, and
Oh my god, I almost... When your eyes are back, I'm gonna give you something that you can use with your eyes as a gift, hoping that you won't try and do anything weird or kill us.
okay. Thank you.
Actually, I have a question. How did you get into that cage?
He was in the war. He got part
He was
of
put there after he
by the
caught
devils?
in the war.
Yeah,
I
okay.
have to go to the airport.
Yeah,
so-
I was just gonna
Oh,
say,
really?
yeah.
Okay,
We
fair
can call it there. So homeboy gets in your car, little sparkly fingers, and you guys can continue questioning when we get back.
Huh.
Okay, great.
Sheesh.
Bye. Have to leave
Bye, buddy.
literally 1 minute
Yes.
ago. Goodbye.
Yeah.